dark is red glare, one bursting in air, gave to the night that the stars will seal there, or silver yet wave, brave and the home of the free.
He saw us. He saw us.
It's all right. I heard you the first time. Things I do for love.
What do you think of the audio quality thing? Because when I do the clips and then I do the laugh track in there, the laugh track is like super crisp, like modern sound. And then the clips, because it's Game of Thrones, it's like 15 years ago or whatever, and it's HBO. It has like a little bit of an oldish sound to it. So it sounds bad when I just kind of splice it together. So to try to like make them both sound the same, I put like this old radio filter on it and I put it down to like 1%. What do you think? Does it sound too muffled and old?
I think it sounds just right. I think it sounds fine.
Okay, okay.
What sounds great every time is our brother singing the national anthem there. Every time, and I don't know if there's some people here in the audience that are foreign born, so they don't know the actual words, but I mean, based off the looks they're giving them, you have to know, get some immediate context. This is not going well for this guy.
Dude, that's the best rendition of the national anthem I've ever seen. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Like, was this guy like, no, like, I wonder what the preparation it went in for him to sing that. Like, you have 10 seconds, get up there now. Because if someone said 10 seconds, I might pull a couple verses like that where I'm like, oh, shoot, I think I jumped over the verse. Shoot. Okay, just keep going. But if you knew this ahead of time.
No, bullshit. The melody is so bad too. How do you get a tone deaf guy? Although, no joke, we have two friends in real life that probably this guy puts him to shame, dude, in terms of like vocal ability. It's bad. It's real bad. Two of our buddies. Actually, one was in the chat recently. Lawrence.
Oh, was he? Oh, well.
Yeah, remember a couple weeks ago, Lawrence was in the chat. Yeah. Man, no one wants to hear him sing. I like to hear him sing the Game of Thrones theme. It would sound like that whistle version we have in the intro.
One time, we were driving back, and he was super drunk, and he was singing Backstreet Boys so loud in the back of my ear, and I cannot tell you, I don't think I've recovered.
Dude, it gets like a squeak. It's like it kind of makes sounds like that, but it's insane. You know what I'm talking about? I know you do. That's what it sounds like.
Shout out
Lawrence. What a good shout out. Here, we got some initial super chats here I'm gonna get to before we start our episode 3 Game of Thrones rewatch stream.
I just want to welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. Starting our episode 3 rewatch of season 1, and yeah, we got some thoughts, I think, right away. We're going to quickly do some super chats, then our initial thoughts on the episode, kind of overall, and then we're going to go basically scene by scene and deep dive into it.
Yeah,
but if you want to
recite every line, so that just in case you guys didn't want to rewatch it, we're going to give you the experience.
Yeah, it's two-man table read, if you guys don't know. That's basically every live stream we do is two-man table read, where we roll the dice on every line and see if we're going to read that line or not.
With audio, with audio
consistent characters. So it's like, okay, yeah, you might be Robert, Jamie, and Bearston in this scene. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. It's like Chris Sabat talking to himself in DBZ, man.
But if you want to have your comment read, for sure, just go ahead, super chat down below. I might put something up so people know coming in, just so they know basically like, hey, that's the reason why their chats are being read over everyone else's. Is you giving us money? Gives me the money.
Pay for play, man. Pay for play. Speaking of Christian Muskagi, $1.99. Shame Gator didn't say a prayer for Butcher's Boy. Dude, like at least 98% of all my prayers are dedicated to Butcher's Boy. I don't know why you'd say something like that. That's kind of blasphemous. Didn't say a prayer for the Butcher's Boy. I hate the way Ned says that, man. Calm down, calm down. Christian again. Downboy was a young man. I served another king. Yeah, Christian's Pycelle. Not surprised, Christian. Not surprised. Hey, you finally get some Pycelle action today. We're going to be talking about him.
I think there's a mod in the chat right now. A mod should emerge from the chat right now, at least, and drop our Twitter profile in the chat. If you want to DM us on Twitter, follow us on Twitter, DM us. We're very responsive because me and Christian have been going back and forth on Twitter privately. We're talking about who potentially in our group or whatever little, what do you want to call us, little stinker binguses here on YouTube, who's the hand of the hilt. And he's like, I'm hand of the hilt. I'm like, dude, you might be master of laws because you're a lawyer, or master of coin because you drop money on us. But he really wants to be Pycelle. He quotes Pycelle more than anybody else. So he might be the Grand Maester of the Hilters. So
he could be the pommel, aka the tip. David 199 says, "Will Unius be joining us tonight?" No, sorry, he's out with my wife. No, I'm kidding, he's not. But dude, listen, honestly, Unius, he undersells himself a little bit. He's a witty guy. He could come on here and be with us, but no, he'll never do it. He doesn't have the confidence. And do
you remember when he wasn't that way? Though we basically
radio, so
we basically groomed him to be witty, though. Like he was rough at first, and then he kind of was around us long enough and started catching on. So
we met him, and he like.
Dude, when I first met him and you brought him around, I could not stand him. Like, what the hell is this guy around for?
I know.
He's wet farting this conversation every time.
I don't. He just had like you and me be talking, and he'd be over in the corners, kind of like a little devious smile on his face at most, and then he'd maybe like poke people or pull their pants down or something like that. No, there was no actual wit involved at all. It was just total passive.
Yeah, he would be sitting in the corner looking at his phone. And he goes, "Gator, look at this," and you go, "Oh yeah, it's funny." I'm like, what the hell is this? This guy's basically like a boomer parent.
Now he's getting borderline naked and pressing up his body against other people. That's what he does now. It's been a real awakening.
And going out with your wife, apparently.
So. That's true. Version 2021 or Ver 2021. The Thraki invasion is funny because they wear sandals. Going to die of an infection from a leaf or get owned by some pot-bellied stormlander in full plate. Yeah, dude, it's true. They wouldn't last a day. I don't even know why anybody's worried. It'd be kind of rough for the. We want to say the coastal villages. They don't have like a military ready because they just get pillaged. Be like some Middle East action over there. But after that point, I mean, you get any real military involvement, they're done. They're done.
Yep, totally agree.
Brendan P, thank you for gifting a membership, dude. Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Brendan, not
Can I
Brandon.
have another?
Yeah, why don't you do a few more if you want our real gratitude. Christian again. Gods, I was strong. Kingslayer, get in here. Dude, I love that scene. It's so good. We're going to talk about it. Excellent scene. Excellent scene. There's a few good scenes. A couple of the greatest scenes in Game of Thrones are in this episode, actually. Billy Mays, $5. Really? Yes, sir. All Targaryens besides Maegor are bastards because polygamy isn't allowed in the one true faith. Yeah. Maegor is the only true Targaryen. No, actually, there's a few real Targaryens, but Maegor's the most based.
Yep, love Maegor. Maegor stands here.
Yep, Maegor stands. Juby, $5. Can you play more softcore Zorn? I want to show my boss. Oh, is that the intro you're talking about? Yeah, see, I didn't know, man. We're going to see.
That's Gator. That's all fucking Gator. I was like, I think there's too many pumps in that beginning. He's like, I don't know. We're about to find out.
I'm not going to go and edit at that point. That was like 5 minutes for the stream. I'm like, well, I'm not going to go. It's going to take longer than 5 minutes.
They like waiting. This chat likes to be punished by us. They want their hurt. They bring their fresh hilts every weekend, and they just wait for the pain.
We just edge them along and paddle their nuts. Feral Pizza. Who would be the Diddy of A Song of Ice and Fire World? Is that a real question?
Yo.
Are you serious?
This isn't me for real, but that's
not
a
you.
Conversation.
That's not a sock puppet of yours. Okay, me and Don we're thinking about making a video of the who's the Diddy of A Song of Ice and Fire World. Like today, we were talking about that, and I was like, I don't know if enough of this community or like the Song of Ice and Fire community in general would want some kind of a pop culture video. It seems like they're so cringe a lot of the time and just want content. You guys included, by the way. We've like tried uploading other stuff way in the past, and no one watched. So we'll see. Let us know if you want that kind of content. Adrian Garcia, thoughts on Tyrion attending Lord Diddy's castle? Another Diddy? Dude. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll make the Diddy video. Fine, yeah, all right. We'll make the Diddy video. We'll make Diddy video confirmed. Yes, Tyrion's going. He's going.
Tyrion,
he doesn't know what he's in for. But.
Yeah, Tyrion is... Yikes. He admits to something in this episode that I'm not proud of. I'm like, I like Tyrion a lot. Then he says something in here. And I'm like, yikes, no.
Doobie, who do you think we are, man? We groomed him. Real Don quote. Just wait until Twitter find out about that. Dude, you think we're scared of that shit?
Oh my.
We groom people. We love grooming. We are groomers on this channel. We groom all of our hilters and edge them along.
You guys
All
will
good,
come
man.
back.
Sloppy Joe is $1.99, dude. No message even. That's like the most generous thing anybody's ever done. This super chat right here is better than anybody's super chat we've ever received. Just letting all you guys know that, because he didn't even expect anything in return. No attention needed. Pure money.
Yep, just throw straight money at us, please and thank you.
We like to read them.
What were you saying earlier about Twitter? So I'm not going to pull up anything right now, mostly because I don't want to get any sort of I'm not for any sort of organized campaign of harassment. That's fairly cringe, and it could get you banned off of YouTube and stuff like that. So we're not organizing anything, okay? But if you're interested in seeing a conversation I was having on Twitter with people that are deranged, you can just go to our Twitter and see on our timeline where people are getting upsetty spaghetti about our thumbnail. Didn't even watch the video. Our thumbnail, which was a screenshot, the same picture went through Reddit, Facebook, and then Twitter from that same one gator, the one we saw on Facebook. We're like, oh, look, we made it onto this lore posting site. And then went on Twitter and Reddit, that same screenshot, because it's the same thumbnail. We changed the thumbnail a couple times after we posted that video. But if you want to go on Twitter, you can see the deranged side of this fandom freak out over a funny thumbnail and the mental gymnastics they went through. That not only is like, you're defending a grapist. It's like, well, we're kind of joking around. Also, we're not defending the grape. We've go ahead and make that explicitly clear. Also, what was the other thing? Oh, they're getting mad about AI art. It's like, dude, chill. I'm not selling it at all. Like, I understand people selling AI art or trying to use it for a bigger project. I'm just literally have it on there.
It's so disrespectful to post whatever her name is, Cersei's nudes without her consent, especially AI. So, dude, she's been naked on screen before by her own will. It clearly doesn't matter that much. You give her enough of a paycheck, she'll get nude. And, we're not paying her, but whatever. It's not really her body, right? Hey,
it's also, she was naked in the 300 movie.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she did it already for money. So it's like, who cares? It's so funny, though, dude, to make these AI images and just see them uncensored or whatever. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I cannot believe how giant these knockers are. It's unbelievable.
Dude, if George found this website, yikes. The amount of nipples he could be getting on demand of any angle he wants with his characters. It's yikes.
No joke. Okay, last thing I want to say before we we start the episode stuff, but there's this AI, man. Use it. It's called Crea.ai. CREA.ai. I think that's what it is, right, Don Boy? It's been a long time since I sent it to you, but it's real time. Like, you can enter a description of what you want, and it generates the photo in real time. You don't have to click on it and then enter, generate and then wait for it to load like some random Foursquare of 4 options, then go back, regenerate. It's literally per word.
Yeah,
generates for you. It's actually insane. I don't know how it's not behind a paywall. Like, it's better than anything else I've ever used.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
They'll stop you after a while, but it's a while because I was like, I got to get this angle right. I got to get this nipple right. I was channeling my inner George there. Yeah. R.R. Martin, not George Costanza, of course. But Trish says, y'all should have given Stoneheart big titties in the Rob video. Yeah, we should have done Lady Stoneheart big titties. Also just Rob big titties. Everyone should have big tits. I think there's a lot of tit simps. And if it was a thumbnail for us, because this clearly isn't for us. One, we're not simps. But if we are going to simp for one thing, it's going to be that cake, not the bobs.
Dude. Yeah. Cake all day, no bobs. And you know what? This is what it would be. It'd be, in my ideal world, like respectable, just mid-range bobs, just god tier cake, and a micro that I could sing songs about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me a beautiful micro. That's what I need.
Totally agree.
All right, here, I'm gonna read these last few super chats, then we should get going. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Jesse the Fool says, it's sad to see people have different and wrong views of Game of Thrones on Twitter. Oh yeah, different and wrong. They are exclusive to each other. They are both different and wrong. I can't believe it, man. If anybody actually watched our video, which no one did, they'd realize that we're 100% right about Greg. And
it's weird because
the right thing.
It's weird because a lot of them too are just defending war crimes by Targaryens, as well as are totally in support of Palestine. I'm just like, okay, what's going on here? I don't know. The mental gymnastics.
It's your legendary, your AI HR meme that you love so much. Where,
yeah, true.
Right, like Targaryens commit all these hate crimes. Like, oh, I love you so much. And then Mountain comes over, same hate crimes or less bad, like HR, please. Oh, I already didn't read that.
We
Feral
might do
Pizza says,
we might do a two-state video again, another two-state
yeah,
one.
we'll see. We'll see. I want to, but again, I don't know if it's gonna. Feral Pizza says, Hot Pie versus the Mountain. Who's winning? It depends on if he gets a hit in the nuts, right? That's what
True.
decides it.
If the Mountain is able to block the relentless punishment from Hot Pie's foot to his nuts, then I think the Mountain has a shot.
Like if he's
Otherwise,
got
it's
like a
Hot Pie.
Valyrian steel nut cup and it's got like a couple
True,
inches of
yeah.
thickness, like if he's prepped, if Mountain's prepped, then I think Mountain wins. But if it's random encounter, I think Hot Pie wins.
And everyone
Yeah.
should kick that like button like Hot Pie would kick your nuts and punish you to death because Hot Pie fucking rules.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's top 10 for sure in Game of Thrones. Brendan P. says, the +1 chromosomes on Twitter really don't like Greg. He should be a trans hero after his surgery. 7 hells. Yeah, dude. Fair point. Fair point. He's an ally.
I love calling him Greg and then trying to push Sandy on the fandom. Like, oh, Sandy and Greg. Just these two.
I know. Dude, loving brothers, right? Come on. It's just crazy. Brothers will do what they do. Michael Olsen, Twitter was insane. Yeah, it was. And
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
it continues. It's fun. It actually is fun. I just wish that it would, like, the hate would prompt people to hate watch our video. That's the only thing. So what does it say? Celise Brathian mustache. Celise Brathian's mustache. Thanks for the steady, fresh content. I'm thankful I found this channel, you goons. Respectfully. All right.
Yo.
We don't tolerate respectful people. Yeah, get out of here. Come on. Thanks for watching the
Goons.
video, though.
Better not be gooners. Goons I'm okay with. Gooners. Yo.
Goon sounds like a racial slur. P. Diddy, here he is. Hey, man, welcome. We're big fans. Bobby B offering a lordship to whoever AI generates Ned Stark with Bobs.
Yo.
We'll get her
real.
done, man. Yeah, we'll get her done.
Yeah, we had a mocked up version of it. Like, yeah, this could be a thumbnail. And we're like, we'll try to do it with AI a little bit. Clean it
We were
up.
going to record a new video today right before streaming here, and that what you're describing would have been perfect for that thumbnail, but we'll see if we do it. We'll see.
Yeah, we might do the Diddy video. We don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, all right, let's get to the episode, man.
Okay, let's get into. Well, first off, what was your overall thoughts on this episode compared to the other two? This is episode 3. First one, lots happening. Second one, a decent amount happens in episode 2. But this episode, a lot of setting up. But what'd you think how this episode did on rewatch for you?
Well, so when I rewatched episode 2, I, for some reason, remember it being like such a letdown, like not a lot of content to talk about. So when we watched it last week, I was like, holy shit, there's so much content to talk about. It's actually, it was way better than I remember it being, right? So then this episode, I kind of went in thinking it was going to be the same thing. And for some reason, it let me down a little bit. There were a lot of good moments. Like I said, the scenes are great. There's a few great scenes in it. But man, sometimes, like the perfect example, we'll get to it, but it's when Ned and Jamie are having their just amazing conversation, right? And then we have these other scenes in King's Landing that are just full of intrigue, and the politics and the dialogue is just tier 1. And then we get the scene change over to the National Geographic Channel with the, family after school special Dothrakis. And it's like, dude, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this at all. Go back to the History Channel, not this Nat Geo shit, right?
Yeah.
And a few times in the episode that happened. It was a total waste. I think I'd rather see it spent over in Westeros with the story I care about. But besides that, it was actually a pretty good episode, I think. It's not the best, but it's not bad at all.
Yeah, I rewatched this episode partly with I watched the whole thing with my brother. And as soon as the Dothraki scene came up, I was like, oh, okay. Because it starts about, I think, halfway through. We get some Dany scenes, and then they're kind of spaced out throughout the latter half of the episode. But this episode, a lot is happening to set up future events. So there's not necessarily one thing in here where we go, oh, this big thing, like this one death or this one decision is being made here. Just a lot of, table dressing or, great dialogue, but setting up like motivations and actions moving forward for the next episode. That it felt like House of the Dragon, whenever they were doing or attempting to do something like this, we're like, okay, they're setting stuff up. They're, maybe developing some characters here. And then the next episode comes by and you're like, okay, they're developing characters, they're setting up, but I don't see the necessarily the execution on what was set up for these characters. So
you're not seeing the payoff eventually, right? Like a lot of times you kind of like see the trajectory in your mind of like, okay, there's going to be this payoff might go in this direction. But with the Dothraki and shit like that, it's like, I just don't know where this is going that could even possibly be interesting. Like, I feel like this
Right.
is just kind of the meandering that's gonna happen forever. Yeah, it's something about is off.
Yeah, but in this episode, even though there is a lot of dialogue, there's like no action, I believe. Actually, well, there's some action, but it's just so little. Like when Vizzy 3 is wrongfully choked
Yeah.
to a point where I was like feeling comfortable. Like, yo, dude, chill. Like, I'm just talking to my sister. You know, I told her not to give me orders, and she doesn't want to listen. But yeah, but anything that you want to say about overall this episode before we go in scene by scene here?
No, dude, let's do our reenactment. Let's go. Like I said, I'll get the audio description for the blind just in case anybody needs to know.
Real quick super chat, and then we'll.
Oh yeah,
move
Farrell
on.
again. Shout out to King Aegon the Fourth. Cool Blackfire lore. Yeah, dude, Aegon the Fourth. Again, that's a character in the future. If people like that era, we need to make a Aegon the Fourth defense video. You know, a little misunderstood. Definitely misunderstood.
And oh, you got it.
Sorry. Yep, I got it. We got Roadman. Just rewatched Tyrion's trial. You should do a what if Tyrion took Tywin's deal and joined the Night's Watch and became Jaime, or Jaime became Lord of Crasterly Rock.
Oh, Crasterly Rock.
Yeah, dude, I love Crasterly Rock, man. Yeah, we definitely could do a video on something like that. I would like to see Tyrion join the Night's Watch. I think it'd be an interesting dynamic since he's one of the only people, like we see in this episode, who gives a shit about Jon. So, yeah, it'd be a cool dynamic. Maybe Roadman.
I think we talked about that in our if Joffrey didn't die video that that Tyrion might go up to the wall.
Did we really? Okay.
In that what if, I think. Yeah.
We do too many. We do too many now.
I know. Yeah.
Didn't we have we had a super chat that I think I missed here. Or no, maybe we didn't. No, I guess not. All right, never mind. Let's do this.
Well, we got one here. And we'll get to this later here, but Ned saying Princess Marcella's toys is the best part. That's the best part? No, there's a Ned scene in here is the best part where he's reliving events and crushing people around him. Just
dude, that's like half this episode. I don't know what the hell. He woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or he didn't get his uppers or something today. Or maybe he took too many uppers. That's what it is. He is just running through this place, giving one-liners. A lot of times they're not even good, but he just kind of drops them and then walks away. Just like spits in people's face. They're like, what am I supposed to say to that? I was just trying to have a nice conversation.
Dude, keep sending super chats. We'll never get done with this episode. But where is our Sir Marion, the Honorable Trant video? Gator, where is it?
Oh, dude. It's in the cloud, man. It's in the cloud. See if you can find it.
Yeah.
Up there somewhere.
We're going to eventually do them all, I think. All the people you hate, even... Alistair Thorne, that's an easy defense, honestly, but we'll eventually get to all of the most hated characters in the Game of Thrones and give you a good defense of them.
No, Alistair Thorne's kind of based, actually. Like, unironically, he's kind of based, so that'll be an easy one to do. But okay, all right.
Okay.
Before more super chats come in, please send them. But before any more come in, let's start doing this.
So Ned arrives in King's Landing, and something I noticed, like rewatching Game of Thrones with while watching like House of the Dragon. King's Landing and just a lot of these external shots are really bright. Why is it so bright and so dreary in House of the Dragon? I hate that it just looks so like everything's so depressing. It looks like a Zack Snyder movie. It's like, can't we have shots like this? Like, this is so bright. And we see later scenes within the Red Keep that look super bright with like natural lighting.
Well, this looks real is the thing. This actually looks like a real place, and the production value is a lot higher in House of the Dragon, but it's also more cinematic. It feels like a fantasy, whereas this feels like somebody had a camera in Middle Ages. You know what I mean? That's what this feels like. It's a lot. I don't know. It makes me sound like a fucking boomer, man. But it's like they don't make it like they used to, right? I haven't seen anything like this come out since this in the fantasy sphere, and I feel like maybe something would come out with similar aesthetics to it that would be super low quality, like some B movie or something. But then you wouldn't have the quality in all the other areas. I don't know. There's just something that
shout out Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld, baby. But yeah, it's just nothing's been like this since. And I think it could happen, but it would just come off not as well because, like I said, it'd be B movie part 3. Was there 2 B movies or just 1 B movie?
I'm praying there's a second one. I hope if there's a second one, it does not get they get a theatrical release. That's all I'm saying.
It feels like a movie where it would have a sequel and then Jerry Seinfeld wouldn't come back. It'd be like some other guy. It's like Boss Baby, I think, right? It was like Alec Baldwin in the first one. And then the second one is just like some random dude. It's like, what the hell is this? Or, dude, George of the Jungle 2? Let us know in the comments. Have you ever seen George of the Jungle and George of the Jungle 2? They
I thought you were gonna
recast.
say.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry, no.
No, why don't you interrupt me? Why don't you
I
make
was
your
about to say.
point?
I thought you were gonna say Inspector Gadget 2. Same
Oh
thing.
yes,
They
same thing.
recast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with a horrible cast. It's crazy they even got away with it. Same with George of the Jungle. They recast George and Ursula, but they kept what's his name, Mike Thomas Hayden Church. He's still the villain.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Couldn't
Kind
get
of
the
Chad.
upgrade. I really wanted to because I know Brendan Fraser was at some convention signing stuff. It'd been so funny to bring a George of the Jungle 2 poster framed for him to sign. I don't know why that'd be so funny because he's such a nice guy, and I could just go up to him and be like, "Hey, I love your movies," and then just basically glaze him up, and then like, "Hey, can you sign this?" I'd be like, "Oh, I'm
You
not
know
in
he'd
that."
sign it. You
I
know
know he
he'd
would.
sign it. Come on, he'd sign. He's
And
too
then I'd
nice of a
laugh
guy.
and piss on him. I'd be like, "You're an idiot. You're not in that movie, you big dum dum."
You catch it in his mouth. He's a nice guy. He's gonna appreciate
Sure.
everything that you give him. It's the nectar of it's not the nectar of life, but it is sterile.
Well, maybe some people's. So Ned gets down here, and this is after he's made this whole trip from Winterfell to King's Landing, and immediately this guy here's like, "Can you please come to the council meeting right away?" And then as soon as Ned's like, "Yeah, I can. Let me just get dressed, or let me change, or actually, I'll come right
No,
now."
he
And he's
doesn't
like,
say
"How
that.
about yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's like, "Can you change your clothes?" It's like, okay, do I need to come now, or can I relax? Like, pick.
He literally
Choose.
looks at him like up and down too. He's just like, "Do you mind putting on something different for God's sake?" It's like, why? What is inappropriate about what he's wearing? Look at these two right here. Ned is wearing the cooler thing. It's leather. And by the way, they show Ned at the next scene, and he looks like he's amongst his peers. He's not wearing anything out of line. Everybody else is wearing, in my opinion, I guess. Tell me if I'm crazy, man, and I'm just not aware of like the fashion nuances of this era, but it looks like he fits in pretty well. Like, can this guy, is he hinting at something? Like, can he smell Ned's plug he's wearing, or like hear it vibrating or something? He's trying to like politely,
Yeah.
nudge him, like, "Hey, you might want to remove that thing. It's going to distract the small count." Like, I don't know what he's talking about here.
I'd like to know what the chat thinks. It's a good name for this, but I was thinking like Queer Eye for the council guy, Queer Eye for the Red Keep
Council
guy.
guy's not great.
Yeah, council guy's not great, but it needs to be kind of like one syllable, right? Or like
Yeah.
one word. Queer Eye for the blank guy.
Right.
Anyway, that's what he is. He's Queer Eye
Yeah.
for the Red Keep guy, and he sucks, and I hate him. Not for that reason, but for him just trying to like, for real.
It's about time you change your clothing, you northern animal. It's just disgusting. I hate this guy, dude. He's off to a bad start. Although, you gotta admit, man, Pycelle, he really dropped his nuts right in front of Ned here right away. Like, he sends this guy like, "Hey, when Ned Stark gets here, you're gonna be the first guy to speak to him, and you're gonna know that Pycelle is demanding his presence at the small council today, immediately." You know what I mean? Yeah, Pycelle's laying it on the table, man.
Right, real quick, these aren't super chats, but a couple of them
That's
drew
all
my
good.
eye here. If Ned was an NFL quarterback, which one would he be? Joe Flacco, maybe Nick Foles. Yeah, he has to be a guy that's a little too old to be in the situation he's in. Maybe he's not in a system he likes. I don't know if that really fits Joe Flacco or Nick Foles. I know Nick Foles is a backup, coming in for the injured person or the injured quarterback. But I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe we should do a football video. I think that would get a lot of views, right, Gator?
Oh yeah, dude. Football, pop culture,
Comparison?
all that stuff. Oh yeah, it's great. It's absolutely.
And I love when people reference the micros here. And funny enough, in our Twitter interaction, someone was calling us out for our micros. I'm like, I don't know why our micro penises have anything to do with this conversation. Not denying it at all, but clearly don't know where we hang with all of it. But can we post links for micro support groups?
Maybe we should start. See, this is why we should start a Patreon. We should start a Patreon where we can share this kind of stuff. Micro support, but you don't need a micro support group, dude. This is your micro support group.
Yeah.
Look at the comments section. Welcome, brother. Well, you're here. You're with us.
Yeah.
We're all micros here.
You're amongst micro friends.
Yeah, you're amongst your peers, man. Not one of us is taller than the other. Like, we have a 2 centimeter cap on this channel. If you're more than 2 cms, man, get the F out of here.
What'd you think? Do you anything else with this scene? Move forward.
Yeah,
Good.
move forward. I think we're good.
What'd you think of the set here for the throne room? This is the same set they use in House of the Dragon as well. It seems almost smaller though, doesn't it? I don't know if they're doing some tricks within House of the Dragon to make it seem bigger, but this scene or the shot, the throne room, does look great.
It does. It looks really good. It looks like cinematography. It looks really nice. And this is another example where it kind of just feels real, right? It feels more like it's a room I could actually step into versus this mythical place that only exists using like green screen stuff. And that's how it comes off in House of the Dragon. And like you say, it must just be touched up with other effects, and it's just the way it's shot is super modern. And they probably have like fog machines and everything else going on to make it seem all crypty and large and castle-y. But in this, dude, this is just a room. It's a room with pillars and a chair and some stairs. I could go in here right now and hang out with Jamie and Ned. They wouldn't give a shit. They're micros too.
Dude, in the chat, real quick, we got to stop this for 1 second here.
Okay. Holy,
Jamie gifted 50 Our Hill Church
serious?
memberships. Yo.
Holy shit, Jamie.
With a
Hagrid
icon here. Dude. Yo. Super chats for... Well, so make sure you have your thing enabled up top that you're actually able to get those memberships. But yeah, it looks like the chat's getting filled with that. But thank the gods for Jamie.
Yeah, dude, Jamie. God, Jamie's strong. In the modern day, dude, he's strong right now. He didn't even used to be strong. Holy shit.
We got to play something for him. I'm just take this second here to appreciate
I know, we
that.
gotta...
I got something short here.
All right, go.
It's one of my favorite scenes in all cinematic history.
What advice would you offer on the present situation?
I love that scene. I know it's not Game of Thrones related, but
yeah. Now get out, Jamie. That was a hint. Thanks for the memberships, but we're throwing you out the window. No,
sorry.
Thanks, Jamie. Appreciate it, man. That's
shout out
huge.
to premature ejection. Never forget.
Never forget. Never remember.
Real quick, while we have this little break here, there's 2 other super chats here.
Which character would be the type of friend to ask for wings when you order a pizza? Dude, I'm not sure there's anything wrong with asking for wings when you order a pizza. Is the friend going to pay for the wings? If so, then who cares? But if he's just asking, hey, since you're ordering a pizza for yourself, you mind tagging on some wings that you're also going to pay for that I'm going to eat? That's a real shit move, man.
Well,
what do you think that is? That's Theon, I think.
Yeah, that is a very Theon-like move. But imagine somebody going to Buffalo Wild Wings and ordering a quesadilla. You ever think about that?
That's bad. That's really
That's
bad.
worse. Way worse.
Well, he used to get burgers, and that's one thing. But you know what? Like a burger, I understand that. A burger and wing place, you choose to get the burger. Understandable. A quesadilla, and that's your meal? That's an appetizer. Best.
I was about to say, thank you. it's an appetizer. Anyone that has one quesadilla for a meal, you're insane.
Yeah, like 2 quesadillas, you sandwich them maybe, but even then, that's not the substance. That's like the bready, cheesy portion. Where's the meat?
Yeah.
Just the substance of the meal is gone. I don't care if it's got a little bit, it's got a little chicken in the quesadilla, a little bit of beef maybe. That's not a meal.
No, not at all. But if you have any friends like that, just distance yourself from them, please, and thank you.
And if you'd rather not, unsubscribe.
Mike has bad knees.
This is Kirk Cousins, great in the regular season, but can't win in prime time. Hey.
Yikes. That's a good analogy there.
He played for me and Don's home state, so we are very offended by that a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah. If people... Yeah, I don't want to... I mean, it really doesn't matter. Doxing ourselves, saying that we're like Minnesota Vikings fans. It's not that big thing, but...
Yeah, who gives a shit? They played today.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
They fucking dominated. It's crazy, man. Who would have thought? Adrian Garcia said $2 super chats looking Dornish to Jamie, dude. What super chat do you think that Jamie? What super chat do you think Jamie would be impressed with? What dollar amount, or any of the Lannisters for that matter? How much would it take if Jamie had a YouTube channel? How big of a super chat would be needed for him to say thank you?
I don't know, but I don't know if this. I think this Jamie is referencing the Jamie that super chatted us.
Oh, no shit. I thought it was about Jamie Lannister. $2 super chats looking Dornish to Jamie. Well, I didn't even understand looking to Jamie.
Yeah, it looks like very low compared to what Jamie just dropped on us, which is true in Jamie's fashion, that he would just drop all that money on us. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jamie. And right now, everyone should kick that like button like Hot Pie would kick his enemies. Thank you. Oh, hold on. Yeah, hold on. I just said IJP here. Hey, yeah, smash the like button, yeah. Yeah, smash you idiots in the chat.
Unbelievable. The amount of likes versus views is depressing. They should be equal. They should never be different. Wrath Sinful. I wish I was a micro. It's hard to find pants to fit. Dude, what the fuck? You come in here and bragging about your big dick? Wrath? I thought you were better than that, dude. I thought you were better than that. There's nothing respectable about having a large penis. Even an average penis. That might be worst of all. You're trying to ride that middle ground. That's like being a centrist. Like, come on,
Yeah.
pick a side, dude. Pick a side. And guess what? The micro side's the only right side.
True.
The only
Yeah, no,
right side.
Yeah, no penis. Yeah, thank you. No penis bragging in the chat unless it's a micro. Everything else will be
Yes.
banned immediately.
Maybe a fleck and shillelagh. I could make an exception for a fleck and shillelagh, but
Yeah, or like maybe the girth. If you're talking girth and
Oh,
this
yeah.
chode is off
like a
the
girthy
hay.
king. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It's like a pizza. You know, it's just like a pizza flat on your body. It's so thick, but then it's only like an inch long.
What do you think the penis measurement was happening in this scene here between Jamie and Ned? This is one of our favorite scenes. Is this what you're talking about? Your favorite scene in all of Game of Thrones?
No, it's not my favorite scene in all of Game, but it's one of the best scenes in all of Game of Thrones. I think it really is.
Is this what you're talking about earlier
banter.
on?
Yeah, it was. It was. This is one of the best scenes in all of Game of Thrones, and I think I wrote a couple things down because you almost have to separate this scene into 3 rounds. I think it's like 3 bouts in like a battle or whatever. So, first round, I think Jamie wins. I think Jamie wins because Ned walks in here. Jamie's just minding his own business, just chilling by the throne. He's not going to be disrespectful and sitting it. He's literally choosing the stairs. He's doing what he can. He's probably on break, right? He's on his 15. He gets a 15. He's on his 15. And then Ned walks over there and he just roasts him for protecting the throne, like quote unquote, right? Like he's not protecting it. And then Jamie makes a comment like, hey, you know, the king shits in the hand wipes. Like, Ned, you wiped Robert's ass. That's funny to me. So Jamie wins that round. Ned had nothing to say. Right?
Yeah, I know, but he's like, get it? You wipe his ass. You like ass play, Ned. He's like, what? What?
No.
Shut the
That's
fuck
not
up.
the demeanor. That's not the demeanor at all. That's Ned lost. He knew he lost, so he had to quick change the topic, which he did. He starts roasting Jamie's clean armor at the next round. This is round
Right.
2. Jamie says, oh, yeah, it's because no one can hit me. I'm like the best fighter of all time. Don't you know that? I'm like way better than you. It's crazy. And then Ned comes back and says, oh, yeah, that's because you just pick your opponent strategically. You know, you pick the weak people. And then Jamie's like, well, I mean, I am pretty good at choosing my battles, aren't I? And he kind of submits to Ned in that moment and like whatever, the banter wise, but he owns it. And they both know Jamie's a better fighter. Like Ned could not do anything to Jamie. Like under no circumstances could Ned win. So I consider that round a tie. I think it's a tie round. Round 3, I think this is where Ned wins, but I think it's only technicality. Jamie now is the one that comes back, roasts Ned for having a dead dad and brother who died in the room or whatever. Starts talking about it.
I don't think he's roasting him over.
Oh,
the
he's
fact that
roasted him.
You think so?
Yeah, he's roasting him for sure. It's like a passive aggressive roast. Yeah, there's like some good intentions in there, but it's still a roast. He's got to keep up the facade, man, that he's not in love with Ned, like everybody is apparently. And then Ned roasts Jamie for letting it happen, and he implies like he's complicit. You know what I mean? Then Jamie's like, whoa. Yeah, me and 500 other big, large nutted dudes did the same thing.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, I avenged him, by the way. I avenged you. I killed the Mad King. And then Ned said, like, no, you're coping. It was a dishonorable killing. You stabbed him in the back. And then Jamie has an amazing line where he's like, if I stabbed him in the belly, would have been better, you know, which is completely, like, that's a mic drop right there because it makes completely logical sense. That is where really the conversation ended and Jamie should have won it. But then Ned pivots and he's like, oh, yes, you're only a good servant when it's easy. It's like, I guess that's kind of related and it's kind of a good comeback. But he still walks away. Like he says it and walks away. So he wins. He did it.
No,
like,
okay, hold on. You
won.
messed up the Ned line. He said, you served him well while serving was safe. That is a great line. Yeah, that's a great line. That's a mic drop moment. You got to leave on top. Ned saw, okay, this is the best comeback I can go. I can hit him with, and then I'm going to leave. Jamie should have said, like, would have been easier if I, would have been better if I stabbed him in the belly instead of the back, and then walked away. Jamie should have left it there, right?
This is what I'm talking about. Because where the conversation ended, it's the only way. Jamie's one-liner, like, if I stabbed him in the belly, would that have been better than stab? It points out the fatal flaw in Ned's, like, honor-bound, weird logic that actually makes no sense at all. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Ned's thing is totally conjecture. It's like you served him when it was safe. Like, you don't know what's going through Jamie's head. He only, quote-unquote, won because he turned and walked away right away. Because then if Jamie decides to keep the conversation going, he would look like the petty one by, like, trying to get this thing going like it was, you know, worth his time. You know what I'm saying? But, like, if Ned's walking away, Jamie's like, well, yeah, this conversation is not that important to me. I'm not going to stop you. I got other things to do, too.
I don't know. I think this is a pretty even match. You think Jamie wins this outright?
No. I think Jamie wins handily round 1. I think the second round is kind of a tie, and I think Ned wins the third round, but only technically because of the walk away. I don't think he actually outwitted him. I think he just got out of there. He, you know, like George Costanza.
Yeah,
he left on a
you're
high
right.
note.
That's what I was saying. Like, yeah, you leave on the high note. I think he definitely needs to. He read the room, right? He's like, okay, this is the best shot I got, and then I'm gonna leave. Jamie would have won if he'd left on the belly or the back comment, but
Yep, exactly.
yeah, the interaction between these two is great because it actually shows like their character dynamic between them. Because we only get like a couple scenes with them in Winterfell, and they're kind of like very similar to this. Like Jamie's trying to man up or size up, I should say, Ned and see how good of a fighter he is. Thinking the whole time, it's like, yo, this guy did not kill Arthur Dame. This loser, this northern loser, no way he beat the best knight ever to live. So that's the scene we got with him up in Winterfell. So this kind of reaffirms their relationship or reaffirms that that relationship that was set up in Winterfell. But this is like a great, like there's some scenes in here that the exposition that's being dropped is so over the top, it hits you over the head. Basically, it's given to you like if you're a Stark. This I felt like is really well done, how it was weaved in to the conversation, right? Like I'm trying to like one up you in this moment, so I'm going to kind of talk about our history a little bit, but not be like Ned later, or excuse me, Robert later on when he's talking to Jamie Lannister's like, Jamie Lannister, I fuck your sister and I love it, and you have to sit there and listen to it. And it's like, all right, we already know that. Like we can kind of put two and two together.
Well, it's like in the first episode I was talking about when we first meet Jamie and Cersei. There's that whole conversation, and it's mainly from Jamie, who is just like, "What do you think Robert will say when he gets back? As the king, Robert is. I think he will say blank, and as your husband, I think Robert will say this." It's like, yeah, okay, we are very clearly understanding that there is a man named Robert who is the king, who usurped the old king, who is also your husband, and you are also my sister. So it's like, okay, thank you, really appreciate that. But
well,
this was nothing like that.
Yeah, no, this was good, well done, and it's because of the acting and the writing. It becomes one of those moments that makes this episode worth watching. Like, oh yeah, this is really good. But there's a moment in here that Jamie talks about the Mad King laughing. And we need to do it in defense of the Mad King video, of course, but I'm really wondering what the Mad King possibly could have been laughing at, or if you just had to be there. Like, was Ned Stark's dad and brother doing some like weird thing, or maybe they're farting really weird that, as they're dying.
Farting really weird.
Well, because was it Ned or Robert brings it up later that they don't tell you about the smell. They definitely shit themselves. Like, maybe it was like, "Oh, father, I gotta get the sword for you." And as he's reaching out there, chokes himself, dies, and it's like, it's like this kind of Looney Tunes-esque interaction there. I mean, for all we know, the Mad King just could be sitting up there and being like, "Yo, this is hilarious." Is no one else understanding? Like, come on, have some levity, guys. I know I'm kind of crazy here, but objectively, this is funny.
I have clear moments, and this is one of them, man. Like this is peak comedy, but the moment's so serious. That's the thing, man. If something's happening in the room and it's like super sad and super serious, you gotta at least be open to having something light in the mood. You know what I mean? It's like everybody kind of, I almost feel like people are scared to be happy. Like at a funeral, it's okay to laugh sometimes at a funeral. This is a similar situation. Like if something funny happens at a funeral, dude, crack up, let it flow, let it spread, let the laughter and joy spread. You don't need to be the Mad King is so underrated.
Oh,
dude,
the Undertaker King.
Yeah,
bringing in more.
Eris the Undertaker Targaryen, dude. Oh shit, dude, the WWE is coming to Westeros big time. But
that crossover needs to happen. We're slowly doing it with Barristan the Bold Bone Saw, or Macho Man Barristan Selmy, whichever one you want to do it. It's great.
But dude, okay, honestly though, this scene, man, I just love the energy of it. Ned comes in here and he's just a passerby, he's passing through, but he just decides to do this drive-by shooting of Jamie. He comes in here, guns hot, man, but he's feeling this way just this day. We see in the next scene too, we'll get to it. He's not done with the one-liners. Everybody he talks to, he just wants to shit on and move on to the next guy. You know what I mean? It's good. It's hilarious. I love it. But Jamie's ready to dish it back, man. I wish Jamie would have followed him and kept the conversation going. I wonder how long they could go.
Yeah, I really do wonder how long they could go back and forth one-liners. It's almost like a roast battle, like you see on everyone's favorite channel, MTV, and everyone's favorite show. I don't remember what it's called. It's something with Nick Cannon in it. Everyone's favorite anti-Semitic celebrity, Nick Cannon.
Anti-white racist.
Yeah, we could. I don't know how long they could go for, but they're definitely showing their strength here a little bit.
Definitely, definitely, man. And they didn't even lead into it. They didn't even lead into it. They walk in here, guns hot. They were both ready. I think they both were rehearsing this moment, like ever since they were back up in Winterfell, man. It's great.
And I know we're spending a lot of time in this scene, but I really like this scene.
That's amazing.
The one part we have to like kind of remind people that if you watch it in the episode, it makes more sense like why Ned is so on edge too. He just came back from this trip and immediately just gets Jamie sitting there just like, oh, I'm cleaning my sword, being a little good boy. It's like, yeah, you can see maybe why Ned is like a little pissed off or like, you know, on edge. And this is not even that bad. But it's just kind of out of his character being so kind of brash with people, you know? I think he was a little more, he's a silent wolf, you know?
Yeah, right. So he doesn't know how to control himself. Dude, yeah. Well, it's so good. Last thing I want to say about it too is in between these rounds, there's moments where it shows both their faces and they're both just sneering at each other, just like trying to think of like the next thing to bring up. You know what I mean? Like Jamie says, what's the saying? The king shits and the hand wipes. And they show Ned's face and it looks just like this right here. But he's just kind of almost gritting his teeth. He's just like 5 seconds of just like, what? And he looks him up and down. Like, yeah, like, nice armor there, Kingslayer. Little clean. It's just like, holy shit, man. I'd be like, my God. Yeah, I love it. Hey, everybody, like this fucking video and send us super chats. Oh, plenty. I'll be right back, Don Boy. Give me like 20 seconds.
Okay, 20 seconds for Gator here. I'm going to go through some super chats while he's away. Hopefully get through some of these. Keep sending them. We appreciate every single one, and we love you for it. We can give you little kisses. Feral Pizza for $4.99. What is the ratio of micros between Team Green and Team Black? Ooh, that's a good question. Real micros or those who've accepted being micros and are proud of it? Because the ones that are proud of it and stand tall with their micros are 100% Team Green. All those who probably look at their micros and want to invert it somehow, turn into a gash, it's probably Team Black all the way. So, but maybe we should do a video breaking down the statistics on that. Zach Melgunzu, or sorry for butchering your last name. Butchered it like Sandy did the butcher's boy. But is Dornish wine actually good, or is everyone just committed to a bit? Or is like kind of the king really likes it, and everyone's like, I too really like it. Oh, I like it more, Your Highness. It's like, yo, dude, chill out. It's just Dornish wines. I have no idea. I would love to see some over the top autistic fan of A Song of Ice and Fire go through the wine and maybe tier rank them. Well, I just saw a tier ranking of screensavers for Windows XP, and it actually caught my attention, and I want to do that. I want to do that. Maybe we can do it like the end of a stream or something. But
dude, you've seen like all those screensavers too, or like the wallpapers. There were a couple of them I've never seen, and you're like, oh no, I've seen that one too. It's like, what the fuck? Where did you see this? We went to the same school, man. Anyway, dude, Dornish wine probably sucks ass. I think most wine sucks. I've never had a wine where I'm like, oh, this is some good wine. But then again, not a woman, so or French.
Well, that's AKA news to me. That's news to me.
Yeah.
Cope had a comment here. He said, these thumbnails are getting out of control. If we don't get a micro with a nice big set of juicy balls, I'm going to be out, or I'm going to go out of my mind.
Come on, man. What do you want to see big balls for? We don't need to even involve that. The big balls are implied with a micro. And even if the balls aren't big, they're going to look big with a micro. That's one of the appeals of having a micro.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, that's what I always said to my wife. It's like, just trust me. I have big balls. I'm like, please just don't bring out a measuring tape and look at my
just
please.
I think, oh, your dick's so small. It's like, I know. Thank you very much.
Thank you for noticing.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Late to the party.
What did I miss? Christian. How could you possibly say that, man? That's funny.
We maybe start a chat if we should send Christian the wall for being late. This is not very.
He's not even late. He was super chatting at the beginning of the stream.
No. He was demanded to be part of the Hilt Council, right? He wants to be hand of the hilt, and he's late. He's acting like Ned Stark here. Shut the fuck up, Christian.
You could be master of laws, you can be master of coin, and you can be the tip of the hilt at most, aka the pommel of the hilt, whatever. You don't get to be the hand of the hilt. The hand of the hilt. I don't think so, Christian. Did you notice that Ned offends everyone in the episode? Yeah, I did, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's great. This is probably Ned's best showing in the series. No joke. This episode is definitely Ned's best showing.
Yeah, Ned goes around, but Robert does like a speed run of offending, which is what I appreciate a lot.
What a stupid name.
Stupid name. I bust fat ropes in your sister, and Barristan, I kind of like you.
Yeah, it's true. That's exactly it. Juby, Hilter siding with a Targ King. Gods be good. I mean, we're not
Okay.
siding with him over a Baratheon King. I mean, come on. It's the best of the worst, right?
Yeah, you can appreciate a little bit of the Targaryens. I'm not simping for them, and they shouldn't be on the Iron Throne. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Jamie, our boy, dude, the new goat, man. In defense of the Sons of the Harpy video down the road, dude. Defense of Sons of the Harpy. Yeah, maybe.
Easy.
I don't know. Yeah,
Easy.
It's like the easiest video of all time. I don't know what we talk about, but
Yeah.
maybe we'll do a short. Someday we'll start uploading more content on our clips hurt, and we could do something like that.
Yeah, we might redirect people. I don't know if everyone has seen here our Dumnaris video, but maybe we'll redirect people after this video to that video and just see if people are interested in us making a video of that style or what we want to do moving forward.
Right.
But
It's a good idea.
that video does not get appreciated enough.
That was when we had so few subs. For some reason, people don't go back in the catalog. It's strange. Christian says, Pycelle is by far P. Diddy. Pycelle is P. Diddy? Dude, no way. Should we? I mean, the P. Diddy is so obviously Littlefinger.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
Littlefinger. Yeah, there's no way you couldn't argue differently. He's got the brothels. He brings people in. He does weird shit to them. He's like secretly effeminate, whatever. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
No
And
doubt.
he has to know what's going on with Varys's crotch for whatever reason. It just cannot stand
Please,
thinking.
It's like, give me a little whiff. It's like, let me get closer. Let me listen. let me
Like
put my
lift up
ear-
your clothing and just waft it for like a second.
it'll give me something, Like, let me listen to it. Just get my ear like kind of close to it. And I could hear. I could detect something. It's like Daredevil, right? He could hear the shape of Varys's dick and the structure of it and everything. I think it's the
Interesting.
same, or lack thereof. Maybe Littlefinger could do the same thing. Adrian Garcia, Aerys' second post-burning Brandon to his court after cracking one of his classic zingers. Come on, it's a tense situation, a bit of levity, eh? Yeah, dude, exactly. Listen, in his mind, these guys are traitors, and they're dirty Northerners. Who cares about them? Just burn them alive.
True.
What kind of a situation is this? We see so much brutality in Westeros. It's like, why does it even matter? The Mountain is active at that point, like doing a who knows what. People are pissed off about Aerys burning a couple Starks. Come on.
Yeah, Starks came down here making demands. He's like, I don't know what the hell my son's doing. Shut the hell up. You don't have to speak to me like that.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, dude, you're supposed to be like Brandon Stark. You're supposed to be getting married in the eyes of the Seven, and you come down here to disrespect my kingdom instead. Guess what? Fire time. You're gonna die.
You think these long fingernails are for to shove up my own ass? Get over here.
Lighten matches. John Clarence says, live in Dorne or Tyrosh? I'd want to stay in Westeros no matter what, man. I mean, Tyrosh, I don't know if it's necessarily worse than Dorne or whatever, but at least Dorne is still in relatively civilized society.
True. And hopefully you can beg for forgiveness to a Westerosi king, even though you're underneath a Dornish prince.
Yeah, exactly. Adrian again. Gator, what if Aerys II asked you to be his top guy? His top guy?
Oh, your top guy.
Yeah, like my.
Yeah, what if? Yeah, what
Wait a
if he asked you to be his top guy? Would you say no?
What do you mean by? What do you? Hold on.
Gator doesn't know
that.
he doesn't know the Sam Hyde, I think, reference here. But
No.
yeah,
What does that mean?
Top guy is number 2.
Like his right hand man.
Top guy is right. He looks to you and goes, "Gator, dude, my man, you gotta be helping me keep this kingdom together."
Oh fuck
He
yeah,
just
dude! The
passed
Mad
around.
King. Are you fucking serious? I take one look at those fingernails, man. I take a look at his demeanor, man. His teeth, probably they're not tended to whatsoever. I'll be like, this guy's on some kind of grind. Like he doesn't take care of himself whatsoever, and he's the most powerful man in the realm. He's doing something right, and I got to learn from him. I would do everything he asked me to do. Absolutely, I'd protect him with my life.
Good answer.
He's on his grind, man.
It's like a family feud. Good answer. Yeah,
thank you.
No matter what
Thank
they
you,
say.
Steve Harvey. Pharaoh Pizza. Sansa would probably be an obsessive Swiftie. Yeah, I mean, probably. That's true.
Oh, yeah, she would,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
she would be. All of the, we're in those fucking There's boxes at every like Chiefs game, whatever. Dude, do you ever see that shit when Taylor Swift is up there? They show her at every play of every football game she's at.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
the
annoying.
worst. It's the worst. Like, who gives a shit? Christian says, by far Ned's best episode of the series. Yeah, this is Ned's best showing, and it's not close, I don't think. Maybe that's why this episode comes off well, because Ned, we're iffy on Ned on this channel. But Sean Bean's such a good actor, and he plays him so well that his best scenes being in the episode makes it probably pretty good. John 199, quarterly reminder that Ned's the GOAT. The GOAT? Dude, get the fuck out. I'm putting your super chat down immediately. Thanks for the super chat, though. Niels Mulvad, I call dibs on Gator. I want the micro. Do you think I got the only micro here?
Yeah, listen, what the hell?
Yeah, are you self-reporting there, Niels Mulvad? If you don't have a micro, we're going to need you to leave.
Maybe saying that mine is not micro enough, which, trust me, listen. As a man that's 700 pounds, it's a micro no matter what I do down there.
Yeah, that's true. Don would actually be like maybe 6 inches, like nice and average. But because he's 700, yeah, he's a lot smaller than me. Smaller than me. Christian says, who named Lancel Lannister? Yeah, some retard with a stutter, dude. So good. So good, man.
Does that work out? Someone with a stutter? Lancel, like, why would you, Lan. I don't know. I don't know.
This doesn't even make sense. Because were they trying to say Lannister first? Were they trying to name Lannister? Like, what's even the reference there?
Yeah,
like, if he's
need to unpack that for Robert for a second.
Hold on. If he's got a stutter, then it would be like they named him Lancel, right? Like they wanted to name him Lancel, and they stuttered it Lancel again. But why would he be saying Lan? Robert. Too much wine, man. Sufficient Z. Whoa, $4.99, no message? What's going on here?
Here, let's just read this most recent comment. This might be what they're trying to say here.
Oh, gotcha. Yep, I see you, Sufficiency. What if the Gray King, aka Rowdy, what is it? Rowdy Rob?
Stop. No.
Shut the fuck up. It's a great name. What if the Gray King wandered into Craster's keep? I think within 24 hours he'd be on a leash fetching beers out of the shed for Daddy Craster. Dude.
Fact are true. Yeah.
Fact are true. Non-alcoholic though, because Craster keeps his mind sharp.
Yeah, he's not going to be a drunken fool like others around him. Yeah, also the Great King, rare L for me here, but Great King is an actual character within A Song of Ice and Fire. He's in the Age of Heroes, and he's a unfortunately Ironborn.
You know what though? That makes sense.
Steady spaghetti.
Makes sense, dude. The Iron Island's like the Russia of Westeros, just gray all the time, all the time.
Yeah.
And everybody's got a dash cam. Pharaoh Pizza says, what if Robert executed Barristan? Why would he do it? Oh, like after Robert's rebellion, maybe? No.
I mean, how much does it really change? If anything, it just has the rippling effect that Danny might be killed by that scorpion assassin later on, right?
So yeah, way later.
Yeah.
I guess we don't get the scene where Barristan storms out after Cersei rips up Ned's letter. But, I mean, that didn't do anything anyway. So, yeah, those are the king's words. Please hear me. Please respond to me, somebody. Wrath Sinful says, what if all 3 of Tywin's kids were dwarves? Yeah, as opposed to in fact, they're not dwarves now.
I think at that point, he probably has to embrace it, right? What else can he do? He's like, I did this on purpose. Don't you know?
I'm not convinced he hates that Tyrion's a dwarf anyway. I think he has to compensate because he knows everybody else will think that, so he's gotta come down hard on it. So I feel like maybe it would be the same if all 3 of his kids were dwarves. You know what I mean? Because listen, Tyrion grows up in the lap of luxury, no different than either of the other 2 kids. So does he really hate it that bad? I kind of just feel like he'd treat them all the same as he treats Tyrion, and he just showers them with good shit.
But Tyrion, he tries to put him on the straight and narrow, and no matter what he does, Tyrion's always like, I just got to simp after this coochie, daddy. He's like, stop.
I know.
Tyrion, knock it off.
One of the worst lines in this thing, dude. Yoren and Tyrion, we'll get to it later, of course, but I'll just bring it up now a little bit. They're trying to have a great conversation about, Yoren's talking about this crazy shit that he ate. It's like, oh, you ate that? Like, that's nuts. Like, you killed a bear and boiled it in its own fat and ate it. Like, that's crazy, man, after a week of no food. Like, what the heck? He's like, yeah, dude, I did. It was delicious, by the way. What's the craziest thing you've ever eaten?
Yes, this is,
like, do Dornish girls count? Get it? I'm a straight man with a sexual appetite for women. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. And then Yoren has to accept it. He just kind of laughs and they stop talking about it. Must be a sensitive issue, I guess, Tyrion talking about his favorite food for some reason. Come on.
Yeah, can't have a little pussy pie conversation in front of not John, Benjen either. It's like, oh, better lock it up. This guy, we know how this guy is about this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, got to keep it clean now that the first Rangers here. Feral Pizza, my grandsire is the king, and the king is a fool. Take it back, Feral. Take it back. Christian says,
Take it back, Feral.
Yeah. We won't tolerate it again. We're going to throw a fit. Did you know Lancel's mom was a blank with a blank? Huh. And I don't know what you mean. Please finish that sentence. It's too cryptic.
Christian likes to flex on us with his quotes from the series, and this is like, you guys are idiots for not understanding all of them and remembering exactly verbatim. Because
I didn't know that was a quote from the series.
I don't know. It might be.
I thought it was just poetry.
It could be. But let's get through more of this episode here, because we're like literally 2 scenes in, and the next scene is Robert. Robert, getting Ned and Robert's name mixed up tonight, but Ned bodying every single member of the small council here, and we get our first introductions to not only Varys but Renly and Littlefinger and somebody's favorite, Mr. Pycelle. But what do you think about the Varys interaction here?
I love the Varys interaction.
It's like, oh my lord, I am so apologize for what's happened on the road. I am praying for Sansa and the prince's swift recovery.
And Ned just roasts him, dude. Just roasts him. Unbelievable. Destroys him entirely. He said, shame you didn't say a prayer for the butcher's boy. And Varys just wrecked. He's not going to sleep tonight. He's never gets caught with his pants down, to Littlefinger's dismay. And right here, he did.
He's like, you just said a prayer for the butcher's boy. It's like, okay. Well, if the butcher's boy wasn't so powerful, maybe he wouldn't have had such a disgusting ending like he did.
And it's it's kind of stupid too, because the butcher's boy, dude, the butcher's boy, who gives a fuck about the butcher's boy? I don't care about the butcher's boy. So Varys, in his 5D chess mind, where he sees the decision tree of every possible thing Ned could say in return to him and every perfect answer, he never thought that somebody would say something so stupid and so Chadley to him at the same time. And it worked out.
Real quick, we forgot to, I think, say these earlier, but if you guys want to send us art, go ahead, go to our Twitter. I think it's the pinned comment in the chat right now. But we got some art from, I'm trying to think how you say the name. Oh, I have it covered here with this banner here. Let me take it down for a second. We got some art, and one of them is of Sandor Clegane taking down the formidable butcher's boy here. Nero has...
Look how Chadley, man. Look at the butcher's boy's traps.
Yeah, look at that neck.
His neck's huge.
Yeah. He only has a stick, too. How intimidating. He's like, I'll just kill you with this stick, Sandor Clegane.
Finally comes down to this, Sandy. Show me what you've got. This is the hardest fought battle that he ever had. That's why he's displaying that kid like a trophy over a horse. I would too, man. Micah, what a Chad.
Yeah, Micah. Rest in piss, my boy. Well, how do you pronounce his name? The Nero has Teps or Nero has steps?
I'd say Nero has steps or has steps. Nero has steps.
But they also did a drawing for our boy Greg as well here, and he's just this. He's a great person.
Never surrender. No low blows.
People.
I love no low blows. Feeding the prisoners. Yeah, dude, right. See?
Right.
See, you guys get us. That's the thing. The Hilters are the only awakened. We're the only ones that are awake in the community.
Are just constantly cringing over don't you have media literacy? It's like, shut the hell up.
Illiteracy. Anyway, yes, dude, Ned killed it with the one-liners here. And finally, after this, he sees someone that he doesn't want to Shrek, right? And it's Renly, who goes for the hug because he wants Ned so bad. This is a Baratheon thing, man. Everybody's sexually attracted to Ned. Why we don't see it. We don't see it, but I've been talking to George a lot about these scenes. And he told me that when they go in for this hug right there, you can't see it again because it's blocked by Ned's head. But Ned's ear is completely soaking wet because Renly just sucked it. He licked it and he sucked every last aspect of it because he's so turned on by it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Ned didn't even notice because being up in the north for so long, he has this perma numbness on his ears from the cold. So he would never even know. They're so numb that he wouldn't even be able to feel the slight breeze on his ear from the wetness of the saliva. He can't even feel that. But Renly's he wants Ned.
Yeah, and maybe he just is so used to this is the Baratheon custom greeting. That's what he's got from Robert. So this is just normal, right?
Yeah, I mean,
This
he
is
doesn't
what
get
they
it.
do in the Stormlands.
He never got it from Stannis, but again, that's Ned probably didn't get it from Stannis, and then looks over to Robert for the first time, just silently, like, "Hey, what's going on? Why didn't I?" And then Robert takes him aside, reassures him, like, Stannis, he's kind of like an introvert, so he doesn't do quite the same things, but it is normal. It is normal.
Yeah. I really wish they could have gotten the casting right, not only for Robert, but for Renly as well. Because Renly's supposed to look like Robert in his prime. When Ned sees him, he's like, damn, look at him. That's how my boy used to look. And now he's just spilling over his belt and looking like a nice piece of ass. Right?
Yeah, exactly. But in this, he's smaller than Ned. Come on, that doesn't add up. Doesn't make sense. He's not a Chad whatsoever.
But perfect casting is for Lord Peter Baelish. Perfect casting.
Peter.
Peter.
I love dude, Littlefinger is so good. See, to me, Littlefinger, he's like might be the real villain on the human side of Game of Thrones because he orchestrates so many big events. He's so manipulative throughout. He has this like you love to hate him sort of thing going on. It's one of the biggest things that they squandered, I think, in the last 3 seasons. Under no circumstances does Cersei Lannister feel like third act villain, but that's what she became somehow.
Yeah.
It's big mistake.
No, I love Littlefinger's game though, right? If he's like based off of his moral system and what his main goal is, he plays it so well. Everyone else just seems to like Ned. It's like, okay, he has a moral system plus his end goal. He just does not play it all that well, or doesn't commit enough to a certain path to ensure his end goal, is successful. That Littlefinger's is for the most part is successful, except he wasn't predicting, or at least the calculus he was doing behind the scenes. He never thought about adding Red Raven, Bran superpower, seeing all things and being able to pull everything together to get him. He's like, fuck, see that coming. But I like Littlefinger. He's a villain, but I like Littlefinger a lot.
Oh, me too. In this scene, answer this. In this scene, he talks about, Brandon Stark like kicking the shit out of him, right? He's like, he opened me ass from balls to ass. And Ned basically says to him, like, hey, you picked the wrong guy to fight. Like, you chose the wrong person. And then Littlefinger's like, I chose Catelyn Tully. Like, do you think that was a smart thing for him to say? Because Ned's face says stupid. Ned's face says that was a stupid thing you could say because he was kind of like enjoying the banter for a split second because he was high off kissing hogs with Renly, right?
Renly crushing the Bull's wonder there.
It was over the pants. He got an over the pants, whatever you want to say. They bumped Fuglies a little bit. I guarantee there was like a small amount of blood flow, but nothing significant. But like after that, Ned was in a decent mood. And he comes at Littlefinger with a little bit of a friendly vibe, and Littlefinger brings up his wife for some reason with her maiden name, and then kind of points it at him like, I chose Catelyn Tully. That's someone worthy of choosing. Wouldn't you say, Lord Stark? Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? That's like pseudo-aggression.
But this is the dialogue where I think it's over the top, where it's like, we have to set up the fact that he had an interaction with his brother, and he might be a little standoffish to Starks as it is, which that part's okay, where he's like, oh, yes, I carry it with me. But he's like, yes, I picked the wrong girl, or maybe the right girl, or whatever. He goes, yeah, Catelyn Tully. And it's like, dude, chill out. And is it Bussin Jeeber? Littlefinger is a catsup. Yeah, that's his like one downfall of his character is the simp factor is unbearable. But yeah, it's an awful. Why did you say that? Other than the fact that when you get this exposition out there,
dude, that kind of makes me hopeful a little bit though. The fact that he is such a cat simp because just for the future, like foreshadowing wise, the fact that Lady Stoneheart exists in the books makes me think that maybe there is something significant planned for Littlefinger where Lady Stoneheart could kind of be a weakness for him in the end. Like I don't like Lady Stoneheart or Catelyn, but if they elevate, or if George elevates Finger to be like a power villain thing for like Act 3 of Song of Ice and Fire, I'm more confident that will happen. Thinking about the fact that Lady Stoneheart exists and the fact that she didn't exist in this story, I kind of don't blame D&D a little bit for killing him off. It's just the way they did it was just so fucking bad.
Rushed, 100% rushed, and just didn't feel earned at all. I don't know. But okay, how about everyone's favorite Maester, Pycelle. Is Christian still in the chat here? Maybe just listening to us, but everything this guy says is a quote that I hear from Christian on Twitter.
Oh,
What'd you think about Pycelle? Great casting. Again, another great cast. And from one of our favorite movies of all time, Last Crusade. He's the villain in that. But
Right.
yeah, go ahead.
Dude, Ned, huge buzzkill in this moment. Again, huge buzzkill. Like, thanks a lot, Littlefinger. Ned was in a good mood, and then you brought him back down, and now he's ready to butt heads with everybody again. He's ready to grind and whatever. Pycelle literally says, "Oh, yes, my boy, I haven't seen you since you were such a small child. Let's rekindle and, so past grievances." And then Ned just hits him with, "You served king, you old piece of shit. Move out of the way, old man. Where's my pin, old man? Hand it over."
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, man? Just calm down. This guy's trying to have a decent conversation with you. You're coworkers now. These are your new peers. These are your new coworkers.
I know. Can you imagine getting a new job and immediately bodying the people, even if you know them? You're just like insulting them in front of the other people that have been there for a while. I mean, of course, he's trying to assert his dominance, but to a certain degree, he's an old man.
Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable. He's like pushing him over. He's bullying. He's literally just bullying this whole room. But it's not in a way even where he's kind of laughing afterwards and trying to, get people on his side. They kind of pile on. He's trying to be the asshole, and every single person in this room hates him by the end of it. How is that even fun? I would not want to be Ned, man. I would not want to be this guy.
Well, yeah, definitely. And I can understand maybe because Ned comes in there, and he just came from this long trip. And for whatever reason, we had to have this meeting right now. So I can understand why Ned is a little on edge at the beginning, right? But he's way more justified later on whenever they're telling him about how much in debt they are and they still want to do this tournament for the hand. He's like, stop, I don't need this. This is ridiculous. And hearing like actually how things are being ran currently, just the shitstorm he walked into after this long trip, I can understand why Ned at this point might fly off the handle, but he doesn't fly off the handle that much here. And he's like, "Oh, forgive me for overreacting." It's like, you're not overreacting at this point, Ned. At this point, you should be bodying, Pycelle, grabbing his hand of the kingpin and making it a Prince Albert on him.
Right, exactly. Everybody just got to thread the needle, right?
Yeah.
But that's right, isn't it? That's what I said in that Robert video, and I never looked it up to confirm. Is it Prince Albert the dick piercing?
I don't know. Chat, let us know.
That was the intention. That we never even talked about, but that was my intention when I said that. But I have no idea if that's the real thing. If maybe it's a Prince Andrew. I don't know. Pretty cringe if I said the wrong thing.
Hold on, real quick before we go to these others. What were you gonna say, real quick? Actually, before
I don't know.
Oh, real quick. This is the most recent super chat. We're gonna go through all of them, but over 200 people watching, yet only 106 likes. Guys, it doesn't make sense. The math don't work. We're gonna start executing people in the chat, metaphorically, of course, just
and literally.
people.
But over 200 people watching, I have 100 likes. So that's right. That means all of my viewers like the video, right? No,
Very good, Gator.
It's wrong. It's wrong. Jesse the Fool says, "Have you seen the Family Guy episode parodying? I'm assuming you mean Game of Thrones. John Yellowsnow is such a cool name. It should have been the name Thorne gives John. Yeah, it should have been. No, I have not seen that episode. But yeah, Yellowsnow. Come on.
Yeah, Yellowsnow is funny.
Get it? Because he ejaculated in the snow. Because semen's bright yellow, right? Isn't yours? Is it right? Is that the color? Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to yellow you.
Oh, about to piss.
No, saying I'm about to squirt right before you're about to bust is people need to be doing that from now on. Fellas, if you're about to bust, just say I'm about to squirt. Just let it rip. Or I'm about to pre.
You're about to make me pre. About to make me piss. Feral Pizza says, "I will not believe Robert gave $5 billion to Israel. It's $6 billion, actually. All borrowed from the Lannisters. Thank you very much. Thank you very much." Jay Nate says Littlefinger is probably micro.
No, mid-row. Mid-row, I think. It's
like in between average and
probably mid-row. Gross.
Mid-row.
Oh, I'm perfectly within the average of penis sizes. Actually, if anyone was wondering.
Okay, I'm on the low end though. I'm on the low end of average.
Okay, nice try. You don't get to just be a part of every club. Pick a side.
Yeah.
Dario says 2011 HBO was too scared to make the gay character not be a little twink. Yeah, George isn't afraid of a giant Chad and Ice fucking each other. That's bad. Dude, exactly. It's just men. After a battle, they're rolling around. They're just having a little bit of fun, letting off some steam. What's wrong with that? Dude, can you imagine I've said this before. I can't watch men kiss. I just can't do it. I cannot do it,
Yeah.
especially when they're twinky and hairless and shit. If it was two big burly men with big old beards, everything, I could watch those two kiss or bump fuglies or whatever because there's no confusion going on there in my mind.
I don't know if I
I know
want to see a
exactly what I'm seeing.
kiss. If
I
you see
don't
a
want to
prison
see.
scene, if you see a prison scene between two burly men, and it's just straight anger and frustration the whole time, that's way more like I can watch that. Not that I'm putting that at like the top of my to watch later list, but I'd rather watch that than
No,
this
there's like at
two
least two more things I
sensual
want to watch
twinks.
before that. But yeah, right. If I see a prison scene where they're just right, there's going at that's fine.
Yeah, Robert and Ned.
Yeah, Robert and Ned, whatever. Yeah, two Chads going at it. I have no issue. But the kissing thing, especially when twinks, I just can't watch it. But my reason why I say this is because later on we get that scene with Sir Loris and Renly, right?
Yeah.
And they're not only twinky, they're actually actively shaving each other. It's like that's the worst option I've ever seen. You're trying to make these dudes so girly. It's like, no, man. Renly is supposed to be a Chad. Giant, strong, just jacked out of his mind. Hairy, dude, hairy.
Yeah.
Why didn't we get that? That's a scene I want to see.
Give me Harry and the Hendersons, John Lithgow, Rule 34, please, and thank you.
Yeah, dude. John Lithgow, Michael Caine, geriatric.
John Lithgow, Harry from Harry and the Hendersons, going at it like two fellas usually do.
Yes, sir. David says, who wins in a versus battle between Sweet Robin and Hot Pie? Dude, ooh, that's rough. That's hard. Because Hot Pie could get the hit, maybe like the surprise hit on Sweet Robin's nuts. But one, I don't know if they've dropped yet, so maybe no effect. And two, even if they have dropped, Sweet Robin's brain is like maybe like 700 times more developed than the average brain because he's been drinking pure human breast milk, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the last 10 years.
Yeah, it depends on if you catch Sweet Robin off his cooldown from the breast milk or not,
Right, like he's off cycle.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Hard to say, dude. Hard to say. I guess my first instinct is to say Sweet Robin because, like I said, if his balls aren't dropping, Hot Pie's advantage is kind of I don't know if he's got a backup. You know what I mean? He may be the one trick pony, right? Christian says treason is a noctish weed. You sure it's not treason? It might just be treason. Goosh baloob. You guys seen the deleted scene or the deleted Pycelle and Tywin scene?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, we'll talk about it later. I think it'll be in season 2 when Tywin's within King's Landing there. But yeah, Pycelle is one of the biggest simps, and I think that's one of the biggest misses we had in our simp video. I don't think we talked about Pycelle simping for Tywin Lannister. It's him pleasuring himself with his chains.
He's about to squirt.
I'm about to squirt, my lord.
I'm about to squirt, Master Tywin. Where should I put it?
Put it in the. I don't even know. I don't even know where to put it. Oh, Pycelle.
Yeah.
Locks it up.
I'm about to squirt, my lord.
Just shoot it between my legs, Pycelle. Beautiful Strange. You think maesters make medieval Viagra for their lords? And does Pycelle make his own? Do they get a chain for that?
They should if they don't get a chain for it. Yeah, I don't know if there's any sort of Viagra within Westeros. I think the one drug we see, the moon tea, I know is for abortions, basically,
abortion.
right?
Yeah.
Shade of the Evening is for just psychedelic trips, but
Milk of the Pop is obviously like opium or whatever.
Yeah. So let us know down in the comments. I'm trying to remember what all the sweet little juices you can get from your maesters, but there definitely should be one for to keep your micro as tall as they can be for a short period of time and then revert back to its normal state.
Or you could do the thing like how in African or Chinese cultures do when they like either crunch their feet up, or extend their neck with those like metal bindings and stuff. You can do the same thing with your dick. You could put like a belt around, your dick so that you could train it to like get erect, but it only grows out. It won't ever grow like out to the sides, right? It never grows forward. Doesn't ever get longer.
If we make our Patreon, we'll make video demonstrations of whatever we're talking about in case anyone's confused.
Yeah, it's instructional. You know what I mean? Step by step. It's like WikiHow, but, hilty. Wrath says, watching men kiss is like standing next to a septic getting cleaned. You think you can handle it, but then the smell kicks in. My last chat skip. Yeah, it is kind of like that. Except there's not really a scent that I can smell through the TV.
There definitely is. If you're not smelling it. It's like one of those things where your mind is tricked. You can definitely smell it even though it's not actually there. But
my nose hasn't been the same since COVID, man. What do you mean your last chat skipped, by the way? Like a super chat? We didn't read it? You sure?
Wrath Sinful. Okay, how about you scroll up and see if you can find it real quick?
Yeah, I am right now.
And I'm gonna go to this next scene here.
We talked about this, but not from you. Yeah, you're right. We did skip it.
Littlefinger is
Littlefinger's a simp, but is he a micro?
He's not a micro.
I'd like to say no because his attitude is so like simpish, and he's so pathetic. I'd say no. The only thing that would give me a hint toward is he's so successful, right? He's so successful. Sometimes that indicates micro, but it's not universal. So I'd say not a micro.
Brandon probably kicked him down, undressed him. He's like, "Yo, that's the smallest thing I've ever seen." And Peter's like, "No, it's not. It's actually normal size." He's ashamed. It's probably normal size, but Brandon's just messing with his head there a little bit. But
right.
Oh yeah. Also, we're on Twitter right now, live streaming. You might be able to see us, but we have somebody from our Twitter chat over there.
Love you guys' channel. Been here since day one. Day one. No shit. Glad someone is addressing the straight Craster slander we true fans know. Crafter, I assume you mean Craster. Craster is the Night King. Maybe he's Azor Ahai.
Maybe.
We'll see.
What'd you think of this scene between Joffrey and Cersei? Because it's not in the book. Neither of them are POV characters. In Game of Thrones, the first book. What'd you think of this scene?
The scene kind of took me for a roller coaster because at first it's like, good guy Joffrey, the pure-hearted, being corrupted by Cersei,
Right.
saying like, hey mom, like, I don't know, I don't feel like what I did was right. I bullied those girls and I feel like a gay loser, idiot, retard because I was scared of a little wolf and it gave me this little bite and I ran away crying and everybody knows it. And Cersei's just like, no, you killed the wolf. You told him, whatever, indoctrinated him, all these lies. Like you had the biggest dick
just
in the room.
gaslighting him.
Right, and believing it. And then by the end of the scene, I think he totally does believe. He's got like this big dick energy where he's talking about all of his plans for ruling and this big government takeover cringe Joffrey thing going on. Like, what happened here, man? Like, did Cersei really do this in a matter of 5 minutes? Also, how have they not had this conversation at any point between when the wolf bit him and now? It's probably been a couple months.
Yeah, it's been a little bit for them to get down all the way to King's Landing. Yeah, I totally agree. I don't know what I'm supposed to get from the scene, whether or not it's, Joffrey is maybe an okay kid, but his mother is kind of just grooming him into this monster. But then also you see when she tries to reel him in, you can see how the whatever frustration and what do you want to say? Unrealistic expectations he has for people around him. Where he's like, I'm going to be the king. It doesn't matter what they say because I'll tell the North just to bend the knee, and if they don't, I'm going to kill them all. And it's like, dude, that's not how that works. And at least Cersei tries to say it to him, but I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't seem there's like a lot of reasoning in Joffrey, but it's also not helpful that Cersei just says the truth is what you make it, and then immediately corrects him. It's like, okay, it's either truth is what I make it,
yeah, exactly,
or you're gonna like groom me to be an actual competent leader.
Yeah, she like pumps him up full of shit, and then he starts taking it to heart. Like, okay, yeah, this is. She's like, no, all wrong. Like, way wrong. Back to basics. Like, all right, I guess.
I do appreciate that we basically just set up the fact that Joffrey's like asexual. He just does not care about having sex at all. Just would rather be on his grind set, whatever that is.
Imagine your mom saying this stuff to you. It's like,
I know.
Why is her mind so one track? Like, we know that's how they are, though. Later on, too, Jamie and her having like a regular conversation, and he immediately goes for the tit grab. It's like, what are you doing, dude? Just have a regular interaction with your sister / lover for once. But she said the same thing to Joffrey. It's like, no, Joffrey, you killed this wolf. You're so brave. You're going to be a great king. You can have sex with whoever you want because that's what a king does. It's like, okay, is there not anything else to be a king? Like, how about a cool sword? Dude, you say like I can get like a custom Valyrian steel sword. I'm in. You can say like you can have sex with any like whore you want. It's like, oh, I guess that's nice to have that. That's like nice to have the option, I guess. But I'd rather not have all the responsibility of being king. How about a custom Valyrian steel sword / custom Valyrian steel set of armor? It's like, fuck yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, but she doesn't like in any way try to tell. Well, it's just confusing because she does correct him, but it makes no sense because she also says like you would never be able to like last the winter up there. Basically, just recites basically what happens with Russia in modern day, or maybe not modern day, but throughout history. Whenever people try and invade Russia, of how bad it is, they try to get up there, and just the tundra eventually weans them off. Which just goes to show you, if the North somehow was able to assert their independence, there's no way the crown would be able to take them down. Like, especially if it was from a noble cause. Like, if somehow it only sucks is that you know Rob has Riverlands with him, because if he didn't have the Riverlands with him, he could just like retreat up north high enough,
Well,
wait
that's
for
what I was
winter
gonna
to
say.
come.
Is it the fact that they didn't do that? They just are scared of like trade, like blockades or embargoes
Probably,
or
yeah.
whatever? Is that all it
Yeah.
is? They don't want to be cut off from the resources of the South? Because I could see that for sure, but it's like, why not just trade with like Bravos and shit? Like the wood from the North supplies Bravos' fleet. It's like, why not just trade with them?
Yeah. No, I would love to see someone without a dragon try to take the north now, you know. But I also do like the fact that the crown doesn't have a central standing army, which is they have to depend on other kingdoms, actually being underneath their rule and swearing fealty. Because if all of like the wardens right now turned on the
Yeah.
crown, they could
Oh,
easily.
dude, they'd bend him over so fast. It's not even funny. But who would want to, man? Everybody respects Robert a little bit, I wonder that how many of the houses around the Seven Kingdoms right now are aware of how, like, unfortunately incompetent Robert's leadership is, and how like in debt the
Right.
crown is and all that stuff. I wonder how aware they are, or if they are still in like the euphoria mode of like, oh, dude, the disgusting, incestuous, frankly ugly Targaryens are out of the Red Keep finally. Finally have some based boys in there. I
Yeah.
wonder if they know. I wonder if they know how it's going.
No, I have no idea. I have no idea. And why would I know that?
You know, and you're not telling me. I know you know.
I have the inside scoop, and yeah, I refuse to tell you. Yeah, we got to get through more of these scenes here, dude. We're only like a couple scenes in.
All right, let's go.
Uh,
Let's go. Let's power through.
Let's go through. This next scene, you can see that Arya is like stabbing this table, and
Oh.
there's like a little tiff between these two. I told when I was watching this with my brother, I was like, "Yo, this reminds me of you here a little bit with the knife." Just like, this is how I'm gonna stab Joffrey whenever I see him. I'm like, "Yo, chill."
Or Unius, speaking of too, stabbing him. He put a hole in your parents' wall, like a little one, and he put an actual big hole in my parents' wall, just from fucking around. It's like, dude,
Yep.
just calm down. Put whatever down. If Unius has like a lighter or a knife or anything, I take it away from every time. I'm like, just give me the lighter, dude. You're not, just stop. I know what you're gonna
Yeah.
do. You're not gonna. Dude, this scene pissed me off a little bit watching it. Arya, dude, these Northerners are so savage. She's just destroying that dining table. Just
Oh, I know.
And it's like, I understand that what's her name is like telling her to stop, right? It's like, Arya, knock it off. Like, quit that. The fact that this isn't seen as completely unacceptable and like I'm getting out of my seat and ripping this knife away from this kid right now is crazy. It's crazy.
Mhm.
This is so unacceptable. You go to someone else's house and you start just stabbing the shit out of their table. Oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God.
I'd be pissed. You don't respect wood. You don't respect wood.
Yeah, you don't respect wood. Good reference.
Yeah, I like this. I like the scene with Arya, even though she's acting like a psycho here a little bit. But it's rightfully so. She's angry that they killed one of the most powerful characters in Game of Thrones, a butcher's boy, who she probably could have learned a lot from. But yeah, Arya basically showing she's unhinged and has psychopathic behavior. But we talk about how bad of a father Ned Stark is. One of the things is not knowing whether the fact his daughter plays with dolls still. Like, do you not know that this could have been a toy for Arya, but still wouldn't even been a good toy for Arya because she doesn't want to play with dolls. And like Sansa is way more into like lady things than baby things or whatever you want to call it, whatever playing with dolls are. Like Ned needs to be a better dad and understand kind of the phases his children are in.
And that's true, but he's got so much on his plate, dude. And Sansa is so disrespectful and complaining all the time. It's like, I don't know, whatever. Just give me whatever the Marcella has. Make me the same thing. I'm gonna bring it to my unappreciative daughter. Nothing I get her is gonna work anyway. Short of a Joffrey perfectly molded dildo, right? So
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
foil. It was diamond studs on it and made of gold. So if it's not that, it's not gonna satisfy her anyway. So at least maybe I could just show her that I got her something. Give me whatever Marcella has. So I don't even blame Ned in this situation. It's
Well-
honestly, she's lucky that he's even making an effort at this point with how rude she's been.
Well, true. Okay, so there's a bad on both ends. Like Ned should know a little bit more what his daughter should be into at this point, just a little bit. Like she's almost a woman, right? She shouldn't be playing with dolls anymore. Then again, like maybe Lyanna was like a doll girl his whole life. There's only a frame of reference, but Sansa should, except she's a fucking brat. She should look at her dad and go, "Oh, thank you for the effort." This means like you did a lot to get this for me, so I'll show appreciation for it. But no, she's an insufferable bitch, and we'll see later on that throughout this first season how bad Sansa is, basically until her dad gets his brain dead head removed from his shoulders. She acts this way.
Yes, exactly. Can't wait for that fucking scene. Yeah.
Also, love the line,
right.
"War is easier than daughters" by Ned. True.
Probably true. We don't have daughters, but if we did, I'm sure that is true. Yeah, Dario says exactly. That's an imported table from Yee and Arya Destroyed. Like Sapphire's Northern Beast needs to be put down. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. It's like from the fucking like Summer Dothraki collection or some shit. Exactly.
Right. Okay, so then we
Christian too. Christian. Christian
Oh, yeah.
got the reference. Yeah, exactly.
Love Curb. Yeah, I love Curb. The interaction here between Ned and Arya, like, he's again, this is the bad parent side of him. His daughter, who's literally just stabbing a table nonstop, has like a secret sword in her collection. He's like, yeah, this is probably fine. You're up to no good. I know you, but well, whatever. That's basically Ned's conversation with her.
It is his conversation, and he doesn't even press it, by the way, either. He's like, where did you get this? And Arya doesn't tell him, and he just kind of moves past it. He eventually finds out it's from the north, which would, dude, freak me out even more. It's like, oh my fucking God. You got this all the way across continent, and I never knew you had it? Like, what am I doing? I'm not paying attention to anything, You got this so far without me noticing. And by the way, Arya, terrible poker face. Why not just tell Ned that John gave it to her? It's like, that's probably the best thing she could say to make Ned let Arya keep the sword. The fact that she didn't tell him, that tells me that she knows it's dirty and she knows it's supposed to be a stand-in for his fleckin' shillelagh. She knows that. That's the only reason she wouldn't tell him. She's guilty as fuck. She's guilty as hell.
Yeah. She walked in on her. She did. He walked in on her.
Oh yeah, she was admiring it, man.
Yeah. Let's get through some super chats, and then we'll get the rest of this episode here.
Okay, yeah. The rest of the episode should only last like 5-10 minutes. Wrathful says, watching men kiss is like, okay, we already read that comment, Wrath. You're not getting a 2 read out of me. Juby says, is Jelkin common practice in Westeros? It's like reverse Jelkin, right? It's like compression, shoving it back in, because the micro is the real prize. So I'd say Jelkin no, reverse Jelkin yes. Feral Pizza, block of Westeros. Is that like cheese?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we're saying we're kicking people from the chat. Feral Pizza, tell us what that meant. Sorry, we're a little late.
Clarify, Feral. T. Shubaloob says, sorry for off topic, but what are your favorite animes? I don't know. I mean, all the usual. Dude, honestly, I'm an anime normie, man. Dude, grew up with Dragon Ball Z, obviously. Fucking like
Yu Hakusho
is really good. Yu Hakusho, one of the best of all time. Hunter.
Hunter's okay.
Shut the fuck up. It's good, dude. Attack on Titan, super overrated. It's good, but it's super overrated. I don't know. There's a lot of good anime, man, but they're almost all shonen. People beating each other up.
Yeah, you love One Piece as well, right?
I do not like One Piece. There's too many episodes. Too many. Also, Naruto's gay. Bleach is gay.
You said One Punch is good. You like
One Punch Man's good. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Christian says all the Pycelle and Robin hate. Inappropriate. Yeah, dude, you're not going to find it from us. Don't worry.
We're not hating on Robin, but I just don't know how he's going to stand up against Hot Pie and his durability, his leg durability towards someone's crotch.
Dude, I put my vote to Robin. I think that his balls haven't dropped, so there's no feasible way that Hot Pie can get the jump. I think that's all he's got. He's got one move. Delve3 says, dude, no way I caught a live stream. Hashtag Coomers Unite. Dude, Coomers Unite. Oh, yeah, you find your little segment of the chat then and hang out over there. This is the micro corner. All right?
Yeah.
This is the micro corner. But hey, welcome. Glad you could make it. V Bread and Butter says, Joffrey has a custom chastity belt. He doesn't have one. Yeah, speaking of anime, his is like Gojo's from, Jujutsu Kaisen, right? It's just like a little impenetrable barrier. The closer you get to it, the slower your hand moves, so you'll never actually reach it. He doesn't need substance. He just has that asexual energy going on.
True.
Wrath Sinful. What if Ned wrote Jaime's name in King Rob's will?
What if Ned wrote Jaime's name in King? What would he say in Jaime's? Oh, just say like, you will be punished. You also kill Jaime for me or something like that. Is that what you're trying to say? What if Ned wrote Jaime's name in King?
It looks like inheritance to me because it's his will. It's like and Jaime Lannister gets all of my earthly belongings. Like, oh, I guess that'd be a slap in the face for Ned, maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. It's weird.
I-
But you spelled Jamie like the guy who, our viewer that gave us a ton of gifted donations. So if you mean that guy, I'd say well deserved.
Yeah. Oh, then he should be
Hate
in
it,
as
Rob.
well for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be a master of coin right now, or at least because he's getting so many memberships, he might be the Kingsguard. What do you say? What's the City Watch or the Commander of the Kingsguard? Could be at this point.
Yeah, he could be. Lord Commander of the Kingsguard. I could see that. We should almost do that for our live streams. We should have like an active display of our small council or like ranks and put people
based off super chats
or whatever, or like even a
Yeah,
comment. They say, oh, you know what? I think you make a good master of laws there, Christian. Put his name up there and tell somebody else usurps him. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, you are no longer master of coin. Shut the fuck up. I hate this. I hate this take. Get out of here.
Yeah, somebody super chatted $1 more than you, so therefore, yeah, you're kicked out, Christian. Sorry, need more money to earn that spot back. Christian says, "Nice curb." Oh yeah. We know.
Real quick, Toshiba, whatever. Skip my super chat. I hope we didn't. I think we didn't. We might have just going out of order.
No way.
But if you did, just comment and we'll read it again. Just because I'm trying to get through. There's a lot
comment.
of
Tell us. I'm pretty sure I just read one of yours like a minute ago though, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the anime one. So.
Yep. Jay Nate. That is lucky that Arya didn't push Sansa's face into the what is it, brazier?
Yeah,
I don't know. Not
brazier?
familiar with that.
Manzier?
Is it a brazier when like a store is open like 24 hours, something like that? Let me see. Hold on, gotta do a little googling here. What's this?
Lucky he didn't push Arya's face into a.
Oh, okay. So it's a container used for burning fuel, such as charcoal or wood, for cooking, heating, or cultural rituals. Yeah, dude, that's true. What do you using advanced words like that? Come on.
Yeah.
You from the United States?
Just stop that.
Yeah, stop it. Knock it off, dude. Who's the strongest Jelker in the series?
Well, that's a good question. We got to get down to the bottom of that.
we'll make a video on it. But again, you're picking from a small roster with the Jelkers. This is more of a reverse jelking franchise. Feral Pizza. Where would the Westeros equivalent of O Block be? What the okay?
What is O Block?
I don't know. Maybe it's like O Block. I gotta look this shit up.
Oh, O Block. Is that what would be? Is this
that's right. It's I forget what the actual name of it is. It's a super dangerous place in Chicago.
Okay, gotcha. It's Flea Bottom, dude. It's Flea Bottom every time.
It's like Garden Townhomes or something like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, dude, definitely Fleet Bottom. Absolutely. Like if you go to the Reach, that's like the exact opposite of O Block. Pretty much anywhere you go. I guess you could probably find somewhere over in Essos that's like that. I probably a lot of places over in Essos that's like that. But
yeah,
in Westeros, yeah, definitely Flea Bottom, man. It's like Mos Eisley Cantina, man. Scum and villainy. Susan 69. Those were the king's words. Please don't do that again, or I'll leave. I swear. I'll walk away right now. Pathetic Barristan.
Barristan. Yeah, he should have had. Imagine him and his Macho Man Randy Savage. Like,
oh yeah,
those are the king's words.
Those were the king's words. You got 3 minutes to apologize for those words. All right, David 499 says, if Christian is a master of law, I want a master of whispers. You can't just appoint yourself, David. You got to prove yourself. Tell us some gossip about some other members or something.
Yeah, but we definitely need to do the rankings and have reasons why you can be at it. But of course, we're going to arbitrarily move people and appoint people, of course. So,
yes, sir. Larry Bird says the Twitter meltdown from the mountain video was funny as hell. Yeah, I wish you would continue. And like I said earlier too, I wish that it resulted in hate watches and hate comments.
Yes.
I would love to see our video lit up with comments about how terrible it is. It's so funny, dude. Because again, if you watch the video, you'll see that we aren't even defending anything actually bad he ever did. We're saying he never did them.
Yeah,
he never did it.
Yeah, we're justifying it somehow through like the way the story's being told through George's, narrative structure, which is just through POVs. So we never get to see really anything the mountain does except for like a couple things, and then we justify those, with flawless arguments. Yeah,
absolutely. Susan 69 became a member. Thank you, Susan. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Jonkman 199 says, letting my younger cousins watch the Hilter Youth. Dude, we need some Hilter Youth. Yes,
let's get them going.
We need some elementary schoolers in the chat. Let us know if you know any elementary schoolers. Put them in the chat.
Just put them. Yeah, make sure they hit the like button too, or you
It's
get hop-eyed.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we said earlier, we're groomers on this channel. Sentient Dildo. Nah, Don, it's Drift Mark. Haven't you watched Australia? Oh, Drift Mart. Drift Mart.
Yeah, thank you.
Boy, you screwed up. I forgot about Drift Mart. That is pretty trash.
That is, I think it's gone to shit since probably Corliss and his boys fell out of power.
True. That's true. Power vacuum. Sloppy Joe said, best Ned voice, say Princess Marcella's toys. Man. Ned voice. Ned,
Princess
you do
Marcella's toys. It's just like that, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. It's like Princess Marcella's toys. He says toys.
No,
like
you have this. It's like,
oh, you're right.
It's more gruff. It's almost there.
Princess Marcella's toys. So, I don't know. I can't.
Yeah,
do
we
that
can work
voice.
on it.
I can't hear it with the headphones on. I'd have to practice.
Why Sloppy Joe loved this quote so much? I have to know more. Why he's like earlier on, he's like, "Yeah, this is the best line." I'm like, well, my guy, I don't know if that's the best line, but I can appreciate the enthusiasm around it.
Yeah, Sloppy Joe's. Let us know like your top 3 quotes, because maybe that'll like give us a little better look into your mind. See like, oh, okay, I kind of see the pattern. I see where he's going with this.
Everything's toy related.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know how much they brought up toys besides that, but Tyler didn't say anything. He became a member. Thank you very much, Tyler. Now shut the hell up. Christian says, treason is treason. Treason is noxious league. Well, now we got the full quote.
Yeah. Very good, Grand Maester Christian.
Yes.
Grand Maester Christian Muskagi.
And here, T. Shubaloob again. Choose the best small council from the show. Best small council like that existed?
Oh, I don't know. From the show, Davos is a great hand. No matter what, even though Tywin overall, like hand for hand,
Tywin's the best hand.
Yeah, for sure. But you have to know the whole time, whatever way, unless you're married to his daughter, there's no way he's going to be trying to ensure your kingdom is going to be stable. He's always going to be like, yeah, I got to always further my family, which is fine as long as you're part of his family, right?
I think Davos, you could possibly give like a Master of Whisperers role to, if he was willing to be a little bit more conniving, because that's like, dude, Varys and Littlefinger, they'd both be really good Master of Whisperers as well, of course, but they have like a little bit of self-serving thing going on, whereas Davos has absolutely none. So it's like somebody you could really, really trust in that role. I don't know if he could be anybody else, but definitely Tywin hand for sure. I would put Davos as Master of Whisperers, my own personal choice there. For Master of Coin, somebody from the Reach would be nice, right? Like they're shit. Whoever's I forget who is the Lord of Old Town right now, but that's who I'd put.
Well, it's a high tower for sure. For
yeah.
Old Town, but I'm trying to remember his name. It's not.
I don't know.
It's not Gerald Hightower. It's something. Remind us, Chad, what the Hightower's name is. First name, but he's up there with his daughter right now, cooking up something special for Euron as soon as he gets over there.
Yes, he is. It's gonna be really tasty, whatever they got. And then okay, who else we got? Master of Laws, dude, Stannis, right? He's such a good
Stannis for real. Yep.
Stannis. Who do we got left? Master
of Whispers.
We got that Davos, at least for me. Oh yeah,
Bran.
Yes, it's true.
Cheat code activated. Bran.
Who else is there? Is there anybody else?
Whispers, Law.
Coin.
Ship,
oh yeah, Law.
Coin.
Oh, we got all of them. Oh, ships. Ships. That's the only one we need. Ships.
And Maester.
Pycelle, Maester. And then ships would be who? Balon Greyjoy? Who knows? Who cares? Okay, ships.
No,
I don't care about ships.
For ships.
Oh man.
Can Stannis do 2 things? Because he's actually the man that crushed the Greyjoy fleet during.
No, he can't do 2 things. I'm putting Balon as my master of ships. I'm trying to sabotage my own fleet.
There we go. Okay. We should do we're thinking about doing like that, or like a fantasy draft with that, or Kingsguard with fighters, like drafting them, kind of a fantasy version of it. But
does Robert such a bad king? Janos Slink Command City W. Oh, you mean City Watch, or like is that like a win? Dude,
yeah,
I think that's a win, man.
Robert's
Janos
such a bad king.
Kind of a Chad. he took Serial Pharrell to pound school.
Oh no, that was Mir and Tran, not Serial.
Oh fuck, that's right.
That's not Janos Slint.
You're right.
Janos Slint is kind of pathetic.
Hold on. Give me a second here.
What are you doing?
I was looking at the non-super chats, the plebeian chats. Driftmark suddenly has a Roscoe's definitely has a Roscoe's chicken and waffles. Yeah, probably does. Nipple description tier list, dude. Wow, we'd have to go back, man. There's so many. Okay, honest
Control
to
F
God,
nipples
I
from
know.
George's work, and you can
Yes,
just get right to it.
500 results found. It's like, fuck, man. Honest to God, anybody who hasn't read the books or hasn't read them in a while, go back and you just listen to them. The mention of nipples and breasts is so frequent. It's
Yeah.
crazy. You just wouldn't think there's just no reason to mention them that much.
And we know, I think Sam's kind of somewhat of an insert for George. At least he sympathizes with Sam, being kind of a overweight
Mhm.
nerd in these situations. Sam, whenever he's thinking about Gilly, his little fantasy, there's like literally milk dripping from her nipples. I understand nipple, like being the infatuated nipples, but to imagine milk coming from them, is that ever crossed anyone's mind?
It's never crossed my mind, but at least it gives them a use, gives them a purpose.
I guess, yeah.
You know,
All right,
it's like I guess I'm thirsty / hungry. Like, why not?
just get the radio going. You get the trifecta there.
Oh, dude, perfect. Just what's the pastrami? Was it pastrami here?
Yeah, he had
Like it's like seasoning, right? Or the dressing. You take the pastrami,
Yeah,
open the sandwich, get a little bit of milk on there.
what's that? When did he have the pudding slices up on
Oh yeah, no,
Kentucky?
that was unrelated. That wasn't sex.
Something else? Gotcha. All
Yeah,
right.
he just had the pudding slices. Delve, who's the strongest edge maxer in the series?
Edge Maxer.
I mean, it might be Jon. No, Jon Snow didn't. He
Could have been.
He did it
But
immediately. He could have been. Yeah.
Stannis. Stannis the Edge
Stannis.
Master.
No, he's not, because he gave it up for Melisandre.
No, well, that's okay. In the TV show, he does that, but in the
Yeah.
books, he just is not even phased by her. She's like, shut the hell up.
Listen, you can't just ignore the show, man. You can't just say Stannis is overall. There's got to be a guy who overall the strongest edge maxer.
Theon now is kind of right, or it'd be Varys then.
No, but if it's forced, I don't think it counts, man. Maybe it's not. Honestly, you know what? It's crazy to say. It might be Littlefinger. It might be Littlefinger.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he's saving it for Catelyn this whole time, and he's surrounded by nude women and sex all the time, including a woman that wants it so bad from him. Crazy Lysa, and he's not giving it to her. I think it might actually be Littlefinger, dude.
Hey, that Littlefinger's a good guess too, because there's no, I don't know if you're really edging at all if there's no testosterone or any sort of like build up happening through Varys's crotch. But at least Theon, when he's in those situations, still feels like I think he wants to do it. And when his sister brings him over there to like that little prostitution place, it's like, yo, you're putting your brother through torture right now.
I mean, it's possible too we don't even know if Theon ejaculates either. Like that ship dude who, like, that captain of that ship whose daughter that he impregnated or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he didn't even finish. Maybe he just preed. He has like this super control over his pre, like little like dribble, like drip, or right, just one little drop, impregnated. It might be.
There you go.
Gonk, man, I want a Sam workout arc. Think about that cut, dude. The most legendary cut.
Yeah.
In all of Westeros history, man. Swinging around that sword.
Yeah, what if Sam got hit in the head so hard that he just could realize everything his father, Randall Tarley, did was out of love? And he's like, I let him down. I must be the warrior of what Tarley is. And then he just gets in this grind and just
dude.
comes
Dun, 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 dun. So good, man. I want to see that montage.
Dude, where are the artists in this chat? We have one artist, maybe two. Make some art for us so we can show it of like Sam Tarley on his grind set or something. Some other great things we're talking about tonight, because it needs to be put to page.
Okay. Sloppy Joe's got back to us with his top 3 quotes.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, Princess Marcella's toys. That's the first one. Second one, is he a ham? That's the second one. 3, his hair is probably greasier than Joffrey's cunt. Can't I say the first one randomly around my house alone. I don't know why. I'm still confused about this Princess Marcella's toys. It's not even overtly sexual. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a good tier
I don't know.
That's a good tier list. Or not a tier list. It's a good ranking.
Hey, check the private chat here real quick while we go to this next one.
Sure.
We need to talk about old Nan and her antics she gets up to. Underrated character within Song of Ice and Fire, at least in Game of Thrones. We should do maybe a video on like the most underrated or forgotten characters, or I don't know how we pitch it, like whether they're like secret motivations behind these characters. But I love old Nan here. One of the best gilfs within not only Winterfell, but within Westeros. I really wish we would have gotten like a Denethor like red cherry shot here, zoom up on her mouth while she's telling the story too. Like, death is when
Oh yeah.
mothers would smuggle their children just so they didn't have to starve to death. Like,
We
at least,
almost got it. They kind of tried to go with that intensity, and I thought the scene was good for that little moment. But overall, I hate this scene too. It's kind of like, like I say, the Nat Geo thing. It's like Daenerys' scenes. I don't care about Bran, and even watching this the first time, I didn't really care about little just crippled Bran at all. I never cared about him once. So now, in retrospect, knowing that he doesn't do anything and he just all goes to shit later, it makes it even worse. I don't care about this scene, man. Skip this scene.
well, the scene. I know we want to get through this whole episode, but I like that they reference the spiders for the White Walkers, what we don't get in the series for whatever reason.
As big as
And,
hounds.
It's like, okay, prove it. Where's the pics?
I love the fact that we get Sir Duncan the Tall little reference here, which
yep.
people be like, it's so fan servicey, but it's not, because it's just within the universe. George really crafts this world really well that it references itself and doesn't feel out of place and not key jangling anyway.
Well, especially like back then when there was no real content of Sir Duncan the Tall out at the time. You know what I mean? Like, no, it was not going to be brought to screen anytime soon. So yeah, that's not even a reference or anything like to anything that's popular. It wasn't like advertising. You know what I mean? It's nothing like that. So it definitely isn't bad either. But seriously, dude, just cry me a fucking river, Bran, about all this. Oh, I don't want to hear your stories, old man. I hate you. I wish I could walk. It's like, I'd rather be dead. I'd rather be dead. Rob's like, okay, I wish you were dead too. I'd rather you be dead too.
Yeah.
Would you rather screen time?
It's weird. Would you rather be dead or your legs not work? Come on, dude. Like, there's people out there that would rather just go get sent up to the wall than be dead. Or there's punishments worse than just having your legs not work. Especially if you're High Lord. Imagine if you were a bastard lowborn with your legs not working. That is a punishment almost worse than death. But you're High Lord, dude, chill out. You're literally a member of your family, your founding member, arguably, Bran the Builder. His legs didn't work, right?
Yeah, his legs didn't work. But aside from that, this dude loves to climb. Climbing would be even easier with like that much weight gone. I guess, okay, sometimes it'd be easier, sometimes it'd be more difficult, but it would be easy. Dude, okay, I can do a lot of pull-ups right now in real life. You know how many pull-ups I could fucking do without any legs? I would rather live. I would cranking those out all day long. I'd look a little strange. That's true. But also, I don't know. I think I'd get them amputated as well. If you were Bran in the situation, or I guess if you lost control of your legs entirely in real life, wouldn't you get them amputated? I would. I'd get my legs amputated.
Yeah, lose a lot of weight that way, right? Best way to lose weight, amputation, guys. Write that down.
Amputate limbs. If you don't need it, get rid of it.
Also, want to see a Macumber spinoff if we're going to have spinoffs within Westeros. The giant that... the giant we all live in, I guess, right?
I think I got something in my eye. Wipes the eye, kills them all. That's cool. Yeah, good riddance. Cool. But seriously, when Rob comes in there too, one more thing about that.
Yeah.
He starts shitting on old Nan's stories. It's like, I guess Bran does, and then Rob kind of piles on, like, yeah, belittles her. Old Nan used to tell me her stupid ass stories too. It's like, watch your mouths about old Nan's stories. Each one is valuable in its own unique way. She's wise and ancient. Respect old Nan.
Yeah, put some respect on the name when you say it. This scene here when Catelyn's brought into Littlefinger's little brothel, I hate almost all the scenes in his brothel just because of how over the top they are with the nudity or just like unneeded. It's like, oh, we got to show breasts in here. People are like, ooh, I like breasts, but I guess we kind of asked for that the way we've done our thumbnails. I guess we just know the audience, right?
Oh yeah, if we advertise it, that doesn't mean we like it. Doesn't mean we like it. I don't mind the scenes in the brothel though. Dude, wait till we get there. But that one scene later where that girl literally has semen on her face and she wipes it off. That is so gross, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's season 2 and it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's wild that they put that in there. But yeah, it's a little fan service. This episode, I think it's actually okay that we saw a little bit of the nudity right here, just because like the whole point of this was for Catelyn to kind of be disgusted by where she is.
True, right.
And then it aids later too to where Ned is following Littlefinger to find Catelyn, and he's like, no fucking way you brought me. Like, for the viewer, we know what kind of degenerate place this is, so it adds to why Ned is thinking what he's thinking. So I think that's okay.
Also, I think it's in this scene. Maybe it's in another one when they're at the brothel, but you can hear screaming babies in the background. I don't know if you guys heard that at all on the rewatch. Can you imagine trying to get your nut and you hear a screaming baby? I can't even think, let alone just focus on some sort of imagining myself in a different situation than being in a disgusting brothel, probably within Flea Bottom or King's Landing. You hear a baby cry in the background. Come on, little finger.
Here we have
Tighten this
Sloppy
place up.
Joe's number fourth quote. You're a funny man.
Yeah,
There
I
you
like that. The scene's kind of just, hey, we're here in King's Landing. Here's the knife. Littlefinger's like, oh, I know where that knife is. It's mine, and I'm telling you a story that's not going to line up later. It's clearly, I don't know if Littlefinger has anything to do with the assassination attempt, but right now, him putting it on the Lannisters is just definitely a good play by him, being like, hey, listen, this is the last time I saw it. And Tyrion had it actually, or somebody on that side. So immediately gets them off his case and onto the Lannisters.
Yeah, it does. And also, if this were to ever come up in the future and people actually communicated intelligently like they should, where it's like, hey, I heard you won this in a thing, or, I heard you won this in a bet. And Tyrion's like, no, I didn't win that in a bet. Absolutely not. Or let's just pretend like that was the situation, right? It's not like it would ever come to a head and Littlefinger would for sure be discovered. Littlefinger could just stick to his guns. It's like if him and one other man made a private bet, it's like, how could you possibly prove that wrong?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it is a smart lie in this situation. It's smart. And the way he executed it too, like didn't offer it forthright, but then also kind of said like, wow, I can't believe I know something for once that Varys doesn't know. It was executed so like confidently in the perfect way. It does not seem suspicious at all.
Leighton Hightower. I think that's correct.
Leighton
Hightower. The voice of Old Town, which is such a great name, which is
Yep, so
a
cool.
YouTube channel who for some reason is going after people on Twitter. We never go after people that aren't picking a fight first. So, but voice of Old Town going after people on Twitter. Check him out. Check out his Twitter. See if you guys approve of it.
True.
Let's go through some of these super chats.
Yeah, it was a duty. He never liked it. Okay, listen, regardless if he liked it or not, doesn't matter. Still did it. You know what I mean? Still did it. You got to look from a bird's eye view of the situation. If I am not in the room, if I'm not in Stannis' head, guess what I'm seeing? I'm seeing Stannis pump Melisandre full to the brim, filling her tank. And the way it is. I don't want that for my boy Stannis, but that's just what he had. Rat Sinful said, we might get to see a Cougar Nan in the new show.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Old
dude.
Nan in her prime.
Yeah, like the ripe young age of 70, maybe. That'd be nice. Greg, big fan, lad. Sir Duncan versus the Hound. Who y'all got?
Sir Duncan all the way.
Yeah,
the Hound is good, but he's not that good.
The Hound is just kind of a big guy. Honestly, we don't even see any feats from the Hound. I don't even know why I say that. Like, very, very few feats from the Hound. All we see him do is basically lose to Brienne and I guess protect Sansa a few times from people who aren't a threat.
He has some feats, but I don't know if they're nearly as good as like Sir Duncan's, and has such a legendary status around him. And real quick, just a reminder, I know I can't segue this nice and easily, but smash that like button before I hop high everyone in this chat, and we just ban you all here, and it's just going to be me and Gator left alone.
Right. He hop at me earlier. It was great. Rat Sinful says Littlefinger brothel seems to be lacking cake. Oh, yeah, dude, the whole show lacks cake. If you can find me one cake in this entire show, let us know. Any of these streams going forward, let us know if you find that cake, because it's not there. I promise you that it's not there. And they got to be white. Christian Muskegee says Janos Slynt takes care of the crying babies. Dude.
Oh, he does take care of the crying babies. He does.
He treats them well. He quiets them down for us. It's kind of nice. It's like we were talking about. It's like you can't get the job done with a crying baby in the background, and he took care of it for you. Christian says, terrible lie. Tyrion would never bet against Jaime.
True. It's a terrible lie, like when you cross-examine it, but for the immediate lie, saying, like, that's mine, I lost it, and it was to a Lannister. Yeah, he should have thought of a better way to somehow get it into his hands and not on the betting of Jaime. That's the bad part of the lie. But putting it on to the spotlight of the Lannister is a good idea.
I don't even know. It's still not that bad. Like, if there's enough alcohol involved or something like that, like, I don't think it'd be that bad. Like, what if Tyrion was super drunk, which he's an alcoholic, a known alcoholic, and Littlefinger was completely sober, and he could even play it like, yeah, I was literally trying to scam Tyrion, take advantage of him. And that's what you know what I mean? It would have been. Yeah. Yeah, IJP, smash or die. Smash the like button. Come on.
Smash or die. So we get to see an introduction of Alistair Thorne here. Love Alistair Thorne. I think great casting. He's way more. I feel like in the series he's better portrayed, or at least gets more screen time than I think he does in the books. Alistair Thorne is in the books and is a kind of foil to John, but in the show, I love him. Just always like Lord Snow, because I think he gets sent down, head down south. But yeah, we just get way more. I feel like interactions. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. We don't
Yeah,
get
Erectimus
his
is
interaction.
wrong, but
Correct me, please.
Yep. I like Alistair Thorne a lot too. He just kind of looks Catholic to me. I don't know why. He looks like a Catholic man.
Irish Catholic, angry man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I get that vibe off him too.
Really, I'm no joke. He seems very
Yeah.
Irish Catholic. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Yeah, it
I
looks
think-
like he's
I
from
think-
Boston, Irish Catholic. Yeah,
Also, look how tall he
100%.
is. Huge Chad compared to the manlet Jon Snow. Just
True.
and this drip too, man. He's killing it with the black. And his motivation is great too. Throughout the entire thing, I completely understand why he's so fed up with Jon Snow from start to finish. I totally get it. This guy comes in here, he's fucking privileged. He doesn't understand why these people are beneath him. He thinks the wall is like this disgusting place. Wasn't prepared to come. I'd be pissed if I was Alistair as well.
Yeah, I would be. And Juby right here goes, I'm Catholic.
Oh,
Well, very good. Good for you.
Juby.
We're not saying it's a bad thing. We're just saying like he just looks like an Irish Catholic from Boston. That's the vibe he gives, and it's not a
if
bad
he
one.
was,
But
if he was Eastern Orthodox, a little bit more based, but Catholic's like okay.
Jor Mormont, great casting as well. Some good interaction between him and Tyrion. I don't know. I just love Jor as much as like I'm trying to think of any other kind of good fatherly figures in this show. He's a way better fatherly figure, even though his child is messed up.
Yeah, he raised a simp. What do you think of
Yeah.
that?
Unforgivable.
No, but he's great. He's good fatherly role. See, in this situation though, I think he sees the error of his ways and he's trying to make up for it with John. You know, I think that's like an active
True.
thing he's trying to do. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to raise two simps. But then guess what happened? It almost happened, right? He almost raised a simp. And I think that's like a hidden character thing that George wanted us to see. John with Ygritte kind of forsaking his vows. If you interpret the Night's Watch vows to be celibacy and not just anti-marriage, right? Some people think it's just total celibacy. I'm
Yeah.
not sure where I stand on that, but John, if that is the case, immediately breaks his vows for the first woman that talks to him, Ygritte.
Yeah.
Disgusting free folk. And he almost became that simp. But guess what? When push came to shove, we saw him diverge from the Jorah decision that he would have made and go against his brothers. And that was really like the closing moment, I think, on Jorah's character arc. Like he successfully raised a non-simp.
Yep. He was able to make him some person that wasn't going to eventually keep going back, even though Sam. I mean, can you blame him for Sam at all?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
He wasn't the priority for sure. He just tagged along to John. I don't think so. And plus, too, it's like knowing that his dad is Randall Tarley, you know, from Jorah's point of view, it's like, dude, if that guy couldn't do the trick, there's no way I'm going to do it. This guy is a lost fucking cause.
So then we get Ned back down in King's Landing, and Pycelle I love how Pycelle is able to just potentially deceive people that he's just this, here's a message. I totally forgot to give this to you. It's like, yo, you clearly know what's going on, my guy.
Oh, yeah, he does for sure. I don't know what to say about the scene, but yeah.
Yeah, no, not this part here. I don't know. I just like Pycelle. He's a good character, but Ned choking out, like, no chill, went 0 to 60 really fast on Littlefinger, and can't even take the joke. Would be kind of funny though if she wasn't even there. He's just brought him to this brothel. I have your wife here. Your wife's a whore.
Yeah, dude, it's hilarious.
You're funny, man.
Yeah, you are a funny man. But I like the scene a lot because the way they view it, this right here, like Ned, it's like a sitcom moment. Like if there was a laugh track right here, it would make complete sense. It would be
It might be one of our next
it'd be a
clips.
short moment. I'll see if there's any surrounding things that are funnier. Because usually you need like that one line to really give like the finishing or the one event, you know, even something to exaggerate. Like in the one from today, when he's like, I heard you the first time. It's like a bunch of laughter. It's like, why is that funny? But
right.
It works. It works. Yeah, this is a good scene though. I like this scene. When Ned realizes too, he probably feels so fucking stupid. And the stupid thing about this scene though is after Ned goes in there, for some reason, I don't know why this was directed this way. We get like a close up on Littlefinger, and what does he say again? He's like, "Quick tempers, slow brain,"
Oh,
or whatever. It's
yeah.
like,
of
How about
this,
you say that in
scene
your
here.
own head, and how about do it while walking? Like, do you really need to stand out here completely still? Is it that deep and complicated of a thought? You have to say it out loud?
Yeah. Also, why do you need to say it? I think we get that
No.
idea. Like he's just like short tempered this whole time, and
Yeah.
eventually we will see how slow brain they are. But
That's non-micro energy from Littlefinger.
true. Yeah. So then we get the bullies or the guys trying to get their revenge on Jon Snow here at the wall, and I had something I was gonna say about them. I forgot about the boys there trying to bully John.
I
But
like God. Like, well, what do we have here? Little bastard, a bastard from the north. What do you have to say now, bastard? I love the buffoons.
yeah, but John here, this is like this scene right here is basically the catalyst to have us do that one video. We're like, yeah, true. John is in a situation no one ever told him about how bad the wall is for whatever reason. Yeah, why? That it makes no sense, dude. Come on.
Should be talking to Benjen about that too, by the way. When he goes up and sees Benjen a little bit here, why not bring it up to him? We'll talk about it there. And I like the scene too, where there's Pip and I forget what the other one's name is, but Tyrion's basically telling him the story.
Yeah,
Like, each one of their stories, like, hey, these aren't even bad guys. But we also know that other dude is here who's a legit rapist.
yeah,
It's like, maybe
don't bring
not
him
that
up.
guy.
Yeah. And I think Pip's I think it's Pip's, right? That's his name, right?
Pip
Trying
is
to
one,
remember.
and then the other
Yeah.
one, I don't remember the other guy's name.
Someone in the chat will correct us or remind us. Pip,
Correct us.
right hand or the wall? I almost think the right hand. Just take off my right hand.
Well, it depends on where I'm living. Depends on where I'm living. Depends on what my job is, like my status is. Because
Well, just get a new job. Well, you're getting a new job regardless. It's either going to the wall, getting a new job, or you're going to stay down here and get a new job.
true. But what if he got sold on the wall too? Like, dude, right hand of the wall. He's like, I don't know. What do you guys think? It's like, dude, I hear the wall is fucking amazing. It's kind of the
I'd
same
be so
pitch that
pissed,
John
dude.
had, you know? It's like, dude, this is great. You get the chance to go to the wall for free. Like, oh, I would go, but I can't afford
Such
to make
an
the trip.
honorable thing.
Yeah, it's so honorable, man. People will be talking about you for thousands of years. Maybe that's how they got, roped into that shit.
Mm-hmm. We have the interaction between Tyrion, Peter Baelish, Catelyn, and Ned here. And again, Catelyn knows like he would never betray me. He would do anything for me. It's like, yo, Ned. And Ned understands what's going on here. He's like, yeah, he would, like, he loves you so much. Gren, that's what everyone,
Gren.
Grim. Christian.
Hey, Christian.
No longer Maester, dude, if you can't even get Gren right.
Christian, you're about to lose your maester pin right now, buddy boy.
Yeah, take your chain off. Please.
Oh, at least one link. You're gonna lose a link.
Yeah, we're gonna find our little who's his name in here, Qyburn, to replace you.
You're going back to the Citadel. Study up.
What'd you think of this scene between these three here, setting up, and it also just sets up the cats like, please trust him, Ned. He would never betray me. Literally the reason why everyone's dead. People trust.
Oh
him.
yeah. Oh, I know. It's like a telegraph for stupidity, kind of, or like in the future. If anybody, well, I guess I don't know, because if we haven't seen the show at this point, then I guess it's not super telegraphed. But yeah, it turns out to be that way, huh?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, just come on. It just sets them up, and you can see like a lot of things are being set up for them to betray him. I like this. The only part of this scene that I just liked was when Jaime says we'll call it the war for Cersei's cunt, which basically turned into our "What if Robert lived" video. The war for Cersei's cunt.
This video, I hate when he says like, oh, I'll kill everybody until we're the only two people. If they're talking about this, it should have been like a really, like, it's dark and I'm trying to think of the word to describe it. It's whatever. It's dark and it's violent, but it also is meaningful, and she's gonna appreciate it. Like, okay, this guy really does care about me, and even though it's kind of vicious, it's with good intention. But then he goes for a feel. He tries to cop a feel and squeezes her chest there. It's like, did this scene have to be sexual? I think that there's too much in this scene. It could have just been like how much of these two care about each other, but they really just make it seem like it's pure sex based. It's like, all right, I don't know if I believe this at this point. Well, I do believe this many years, you'd get bored.
Yeah, so this is not a POV scene, of course, because neither of these characters are POVs within a Game of Thrones. But would it make you feel better if Nikolai Craster Walder, the actor that plays Jaime, if he improv the behind, he's like, I think my character would want to dry hump Cersei Lannister, so I'm going to do that in every scene. And they're like, oh, we'll keep this one in, but hey, Nikolai, you got to chill out with all the humping.
Yeah, CW, you got to cool it a little bit here. You're getting a little worked up. You're lucky you have a micro, or we'd have to edit out a lot of scenes. C-dubs, we
I love
appreciate what
the
you're bringing to the table.
Craster
but-
Walter.
I know Nikolai Craster Walder.
This scene, I don't remember this, like all the conversation they're having here, but yeah, it makes me think. And I was watching this with my brother, and he's like, I actually hate seeing this scene that Ned is so kind to Catelyn because he hates Catelyn. I'm like, I hate her too, but if we had more scenes with Catelyn not being a bitch and actually the relationship with one another, I would actually be more sympathetic. Like in the book, she's way more sympathetic, even though she's insufferable still with some of her actions and treatment towards Jon. But I wish we got to see more of the loving relationship. You'd maybe understand why Ned has put up with it all these years.
I hate this scene.
Okay,
It's unneeded, and the whole thing of Ned too. It makes him so pathetic. He's like, he still loves you, you know. Talking about Littlefinger, and she just goes, "Does he?" And then she's like, "Here, let me show you how I used to suck his tongue as a joke." And then
That's
they
true,
kiss
yeah.
right then. It's like, is this I don't know. It just comes off so strange. Listen, if Ned says he still loves you, you know, clearly that would be him saying in a nice way, like, "Hey, I don't want to interact with this guy. I don't want him to be a part of our little coalition here. Like, it's nice he gave us a little information. Let's distance ourselves. We'll keep it out of his hands from now on, you know?" And then again, she goes, like, check this out. Like, this is what me and him were doing.
This is how I used to get him
We're all
going.
in diapers. Yeah, exactly. So I got him going, and then I just leave him. Isn't that funny?
Hilarious. Maybe he doesn't understand the bit because he's just a slow northerner. Let's get through some of these super chats. Catch up here.
Sure. Brienne has cake, but don't give it up to tall girls. Well, there's no cake present there, buddy. Sorry. I don't know.
Maybe we have to relook.
Well, I guess book Brienne does. She's supposed to be like short and thick, right?
No, she's not short. She's still tall. She's supposed to be from
Or like, okay, yeah, you're
Duncan
right.
the
It's like,
Talls. Yeah.
but like proportionate though. Proportion wise, she's like a weirdly shaped, like I guess maybe she doesn't have cake. No, I think she does.
I love the idea
I'm
that she's this tall person
let me
that has
think.
like a pear-like body still.
No, she's like, remember
she's
those two people from our high school that had tall midget bodies?
I know one of them. The
Okay,
one you're
well,
thinking about, and
the
he
other
wasn't
one-
tall. He was like 5'9". So
Okay, well, that's a pretty tall midget. you
That
gotta admit,
is.
that's a pretty tall midget. But you're right. Brienne's like 6'2", but I think it's like a tall midget body.
okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, I don't believe you. Anyways, let's go.
I'm serious, man. She's got a weird body. I don't think it's just some like muscular woman.
Junk Man.
Justice for Janos. He defeated 19 strong seeds. Yeah, he did. It's actually a feat. I mean, maybe he had to replace
It's the high
his sword
score.
one time.
Current high score in King's Landing.
Yep. Baby Killer 5,000. Christian Muscogni. Thorne gives a great speech when the wildlings attack. Dude, Thorne
Yes.
has a bunch of great moments, dude. That is a great speech, but he has a lot of good moments in this series. He's like one of the most hated characters. I saw a ranking for like the 10 most hateable characters in Game of Thrones, and I think he was up there like number 7 or 8 or something. And then the kid who's up there too, he ranked on the list as well. And I sort of understand that more because we get really nothing but the fact that he hates Jon Snow from him. But Alistair has a lot of great stuff. He's a good, just straight up good character. Yeah.
Totally agree.
Sloppy Joe's. Oh, hold on. He be cool, maybe you're saying? Would he be cool?
Would it be cool
Jon?
with John if he knew Jon?
Oh,
was-
Alistair Thorne?
Alistair.
No.
Well, I don't know, but it
I
also
don't think so.
that's where Alistair Thorne's the reason why he's up there is because he backed Rhaegar,
Yeah.
and then they lost the war and he took the black. But
I don't think it
maybe
matters.
he'd
Like,
be more mad, just like the reason why I'm
yeah,
up
that's
here.
the exact same thing. Maybe if he knew originally that he knew like there was a Targaryen coming up there or something by choice, maybe. But then again, I could still see it's like you just gave it up. Like, you're a Targaryen. I went up here against my will fighting for you, and then now you're treating my punishment like a toy and just kind of going up here by choice like it's a vacation. Like, I think no matter what, he's gonna be pissed as hell.
Totally agree. Yep.
Grass Info says Ned likes Peter, loves her more. Wait. Ned like Peter loves her more than me. He won't lie. Hold on. Okay, Don Boy. I need you to decipher this one a little bit. Sorry, Raph. I'm trying to.
What?
There's no punctuation.
Ned is like Peter, loves her more than he.
Not more
loves
than
her
me.
More than me.
Oh, wait,
He
I got
won't
it. Ned's like. This is what Ned's saying. Ned's like, Peter loves her more than me. He wouldn't lie. Okay, yeah, that's true.
Gotcha.
That is
There you
his logic. That is 100% his logic, and that's why he's a dumbass.
Man,
Wrath
punctuation.
says, "Who's watching these people if it's not POV?" See, he put it in the POV.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're talking about Jamie and Cersei. Who's watching them? Maybe it's Pycelle. We're looking at him through the wall cam, man.
Yeah, the wall cam. Yeah, keep going through these.
Last one. Delv3 says, "My grandpa said Cat Stark was a trifling sleuth." Dude.
Actually true.
Yeah, your grandpa is fucking based.
Yeah, there's a theory I think out there that potentially Robb is the son of Brandon Stark and not even Ned. That he slipped it in before Ned got in there. Which what do you think about
I
that
literally
theory?
refuse to believe that because Ned's like weak seed. Sure, Silent Wolf. It could be overpowered by the Tullys, but there's no way that Brandon, the Giga Chad,
Okay,
the true Crimson Chin, like the gray chin up there, the snowy chin, his genes aren't getting overpowered by Tullys.
True. I can see that. What is this?
How Polly? Are all your super chatters retarded? I don't know. Everybody who's super chatted so far, do you want to send in another one to answer that question?
Send your medical records, please and thank you.
Yeah.
Super chats. I mean, Cal Polly, if you think you're not retarded, give us a super chat and we can end this once and for all, and we can confirm that they're not.
Remember, everybody,
all retarded.
Redact sensitive info. We don't want to violate HIPAA.
Yeah, I love this scene here with Robert just crushing people, talking about his first time, talking about crushing in people's breastplates, smelling the shit off their bodies. And little weird that there's a Tarly boy out there fighting at the what's it Summer Hall, the Battle of Summer Hall. They come in later, I'm pretty sure, and that's the reason why Robert loses one of his battles and heads up north. Randall Tarly gives him his L. But what'd you think about this scene? And then as he crushes Lancel and Jamie and, has Barristan watch all of this.
So good. I would like to know what we drop in on this conversation because Robert's clearly worked up. He's wound up already. Mm-hmm. He's mid roast. He's talking shit on everybody. It's amazing. It makes me wonder, he couldn't have just been having this conversation with Barristan alone because he roasts Lancel first chance he gets. I think Jamie was already in the room. I think Jamie was in this room 5 minutes ago. He roasted him for a while with a different conversation, sent him back out, talking to Barristan again. Then once it's a Kingslayer, get in here once again. I think that's round 2 of the conversation, but I love it. I love him roasting all these guys. And it's a great conversation to have too. If you're here, there's no TV, there's no radio. You got nothing to do but talk to each other and drink. He's like, hey guys, listen. Crazy how many people we've killed, right? What was your first one? I gotta know. I'll tell you about mine. It wasn't good. Well, it was great, but he shit himself. You know what I mean? I think it's a great conversation to have. I'd be having this conversation in this setting as well.
I like how he crushes Lancel. Even though the joke maybe doesn't land after strict scrutiny on it, right? You're like, Lancel? Why would someone be stuttering their last name while, naming their son the first name, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't stand up, but in the moment you're like, yo, it's hilarious.
It is hilarious, yeah. It's just his delivery on everything is so good. And plus, Lancel, I didn't say first of all, second of all, look at the receptacle for wine that he has. That's such a tiny amount of liquid. That's less than a mason jar. No wonder why it's empty. I'd be pissed, man. And how does he not know by now? This has to be the third or fourth refill since Robert got here.
Why is he not the third or fourth time this has even happened, right? Too.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, I would assume way more than that. If this is his regular cupbearer, a squire, whatever you want to say, fuck, get with, dude.
Quick, going through some super chats. Wrath Sinful, punctuation is important, but I'm trying to be cheap. Yeah, that's true. That they charge you per little when you say character.
Yeah, you get limited characters based on the amount you donate. So yep, makes sense. Appreciate the super chats, Wrath. Sloppy Joe's Princess Marcella's toys. Sloppy awesome. Man.
Print the t-shirts, right, with treason is treason and make the bad man fly, right?
Yes. You know what? Those ones, I think we could sell some of. This one, not sure. Not sure. It's going to need a very particular...
Yeah, go ahead.
A graphic of some kind on it, some kind of image, and I don't know what it could be, but man, listen, if you can market it sloppy, we'll consider it.
But Princess Marcella's toys gives a very PDF file vibe to it, right? If we have t-shirts that say that, it's like Princess Marcella's toys,
winky face,
yeah,
okay.
No.
Juby, all a part of the Hilter youth. I'm a clinically diagnosed autist, dude. Good for you, man.
There you go. Yeah,
super based.
Yeah,
super based. And Greg,
and thanks for the $10.
Yeah, appreciate it. Greg, you can have dinner with 3 characters. Who do you got? Oh, okay, Tywin's one, no doubt.
Tywin,
Tywin.
Walder, Frey, and Craster. 3.
I think
Trifecta, holy trifecta.
I wouldn't have dinner with Craster. I think he's too high above me. It'd be like having dinner with like Eric Weinstein, right? Like it's like, all right, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like it's too deep. Walder though, for sure, he's a fun guy. And then I think maybe too, I can't remember it. Like the book Night King, like the old guy who manned Castle Black, who fucked that the White Walker woman.
Right? Yeah.
I would have talk with him. It's like, dude, what the hell is that like? Skin as cold as ice.
Oh yeah, it's like fucking an icy hot sleeve. Right.
That doesn't sound good, by the way. Does not sound good. But I want to have a conversation because if you're willing,
I'd
to
like
do
to
that,
get a review. Yeah, I'd like to listen to the review of it.
Right, exactly. And also, I want to know too if he's willing to do that. Like, there's got to be a bunch of other crazy stuff just in life he's willing to do. So I got to know, like, what's your story, man?
True.
Yeah, that's it for sure for me. Tywin, Walder, the actual Night King. I think he's called the Night King anyway. Maybe he's the Night's King. I don't
Night's
remember.
King, yeah.
Night's King. Sufficient Z.
Everyone here is retarded.
Everyone here is retarded, therefore nobody is. No, that's not the way it works. Everybody here is retarded, therefore everybody is.
Just like micros, right? We're all micros.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't all just be normal sized penis people here. That's cringe.
We're all micros, therefore we're all huge. It's like, no. Feral pizza. Yeah.
Hold on your pants and let's see how big that dick is for saying some dumb shit like that.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, it's hitting the floor. I guess we are. Not micro. I almost called him micro pizza. Feral Pizza says, need a prequel show for the breastplate stretcher. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
It couldn't stretch far enough for our boy. Can you imagine, too, if they got to accurately cast Robert? It'd be much more believable if they wouldn't be able to find a breastplate stretcher. Because this Robert, honestly, pretty narrow chest.
Yeah, and I also love it whenever we brought up the whole, Ned's bussy thing with Robert trying to go after Ned all the time. And I forgot someone, I think when we first mentioned it, said, like, bring out the bussy stretcher. I just love that idea. It's so funny to me. But yeah, this scene's great. Jamie has this the exposition in the scene is kind of clunky, I think, where Robert's like, Jamie Lannister, your father once handed the king and you stabbed the king in the back, and I'm having currently sex with your sister who's queen.
It's one of those
How's it going, my guy? It's like, come on, dude.
But I do like his delivery or whatever. I like when he says, like, son of the mighty Tywin. Like, I like when he says that. It's cool, man. The mighty Tywin. Tywin is mighty.
Yeah.
Good point, Robert. Anyway, sorry, yeah. Back to Nat Geo.
Dude, what'd you think of this scene? As soon as this scene popped up, I was like, yikes.
This is what I was
just enjoying this episode, and then this scene came up.
This is it. We were on the History Channel watching, not even history, we were on like TBS, man, watching Braveheart, and then all of a sudden my remote goes crazy and we're watching National Geographic. All of a sudden, it's like, I don't want to see some unencountered tribe in the Amazon. They're savages. I don't care, especially then led by a white woman. Oh, you mean by that, George?
Yeah.
But, yeah, and it's bad too. Like her trying to get some balls here and command this whole thing. And Jorah, dude, you need to have some balls here. It's like she just kind of has this light bulb go off in her head. Like, wait a minute, I can tell them what to do. It's like Adam Sandler when he discovers he can do whatever he wants with the click remote. It's like starts doing irresponsible shit. It's like, have the whole horde stop. It's like, the whole horde, Khaleesi. It's like, yeah, the whole horde, the one that stretches back like 20 miles. How about we don't do that? You know how long it takes to start this bad boy back up? It's like stop at a train. You ever see Unstoppable? Doesn't work out so well.
Oh, dude. For some reason, when you said stopping a train, I for some reason thought of Hancock. Another great movie from the...
It's in the Unstoppable universe. So
yeah, thank you. Yeah, Unstoppable. Another one where, or I thought you... Unstoppable universe. Now I thought of Unbreakable, which another
Unbreakable
derailing.
Oh, see, that's the full thing. You have Unstoppable. It's first. No, sorry. You have Hancock, the original. Then the sequel is Unstoppable. Then you have Unbreakable. Then you have Split. Then you have Glass. I think that's the full quinfecta there.
Yeah, I understandably angry from Z3. It's like, dude, shut the hell up. You're just a sleeve for Khal Drogo. Now you think you can give orders? I don't think so. This is not going to be happening. But yeah, their shitty Dothraki culture makes them defend her, even though she's on the lower end of the hierarchy when it comes to old King V.
Oh, dude, absolutely. I love this scene too. I can imagine somebody talking attitude in your face, doing like all that neck movement, like getting right in your face.
Yeah.
You think you can tell me what to do? It's like, dude,
chill.
I'd be pissed. And then somebody throws a fucking noose around my neck. Like, what am I, Jussie Smollett? Like, get that thing off of me.
This is Targaryen country. I know this is Dothraki country.
This is
That's what they're saying.
Dothraki country. Like, yeah, right, dude. Get the hell out of here. Who's that other guy?
Don't bleach me. Oh no, it's gold. It's a golden crown instead.
Not the subway. Not the subway. Okay. Yeah, this Vizzy 3 is totally in the right here. I don't know what the fuck. Sure, maybe he shouldn't have hit her. That's true. He shouldn't have raised his hand to her, I guess.
Yeah.
He's frustrated, man. And you should, by the way, commend his like, I don't even know, like, intuition maybe, because Daenerys stopped the whole horde and then walked off alone into this place. It didn't seem like she was telling anybody where she was going. Vizzy 3 was nowhere in sight, and somehow he tracks her down like a fucking wild animal immediately. Like, that's pretty helpful.
Here, do you want to run through some super chats real quick before we
Sure.
get to our next scene, which is just going to be of old, I think most underrated member of the Night's Watch here.
L3 says, quit Kuman. Let's watch the next scene. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Sure. Yes, sir.
Yep. Yes, sir. Vizzy 3 is the only bearable part of this arc. Ugh. Agreed.
Yes, he is. Need
John,
more Vizzy 3 love.
Yep, more. Junkman, the only reason that guy was able to choke Viserys III is because he was secretly into breath play. Yeah, that's probably true. He may have been liking it under the table, you know?
True.
Yeah, Wrath says, Danny's horse looks as dumb as her V3 was right 2024. Yes, he's always right. See, there's nothing unique there. He's been right since 2011 when this came out.
Yeah, true.
He's been right since, when did this come out, the book? Like 1998 or something like that?
Yeah, it's early 90s or somewhere in the 90s. I don't remember if it's early or mid. Yeah, Yoren here. Great line about tasting bear balls and how chewy they are. And of course, Tyrion has to ruin it by saying, I eat pussy. Don't you get it? Isn't it funny?
Don't you get it? I'm a straight man. It's like, all right, you're lucky you're a high lord. And also, you know, a diversity hire. Otherwise, I'd kick your ass.
If he said he pinched his nose and ate Dornish puss, then that'd be funny, right? It's like, yeah, even I'll go down there that disgustingly.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. No, he's a bro. I'm glad that Tyrion appreciates him too, though. He's like, yeah, me and you are gonna have a ton of fun on the road, me and you. Which, yeah, Yoren feels a little out of place with Benjen, who's like straight up like such a stick up his ass. Just like, it's not a funny thing up here. I don't know why you're making so many funny jokes. You think we're laughing? So we think we're clowns. Like, I'm just trying to chill out here and not take everything so seriously.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's got to stick up Benjen's ass, by the way. He seems like he was talking decently with. I guess he does have to go out on a mission. It would suck ass to go beyond the wall. So I guess I somewhat understand why he's pissed. It's like, how about you don't take it out on Tyrion, man? Like, save it. He's our guest, you know? Just chill out for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, dude. Chill the fuck out. For some reason, the slave grabs Danny's breast here and it's like, oh, you're pregnant. It's like, yo.
Yeah, maybe she's not pregnant.
It is known.
Maybe she's not pregnant. You know what I mean? Just
that's
kind of intrusive thoughts one, and she had to make something up, and then coincidentally it ended up being true.
Oh yeah, just kind of like making up a lie about the knife being owned by somebody, and
not
but it actually works out.
If you believe it.
Oh, dude, there you go.
Not a lie. If you believe it.
Great casting, Maester Aemon. I love Maester Aemon. He's good.
Cool.
He's good in this. Yeah.
No, it sucks. I don't have anything to say about this because it was just good.
Well, he says winter's coming. I think we need a counter every time someone says winter's coming. It's getting a little ridiculous.
That was bad. I didn't say it earlier, but when Renly earlier, Ned's like, Robert's not coming to the small council meeting. And Renly, why didn't he just say yes? But instead he tries to I don't even know. He's trying to bang Ned or whatever. So maybe he's trying to impress him. But he says, winter may be coming, but my brother Robert, he is not. It's like, this meeting, I guess that's true. And then Varys just actually explains like something of substance. He's like, oh yeah, Robert tends not to come to these meetings. It's like, thanks for opening your mouth, Renly, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I know. It's super cringe, and trying to use someone's house words in a conversation is just like, yo, chill. Like, he's not going to fuck you, Renly, as much as you want.
Well, we'll see.
Well, yeah. Well, if your name was Robert, maybe, but you don't have a standing chance. A scene I didn't have in here screenshotted yet, or I did not have it. I'm not going to have it pulled up for this stream, but yeah, Call and Danny, for some reason, they're having a very loving relationship now, and it's always funny to bring that up to people that stand for Danny so much. Like, don't you know it's such a power imbalance, and that she's actually just Stockholm syndrome? It's like, well, they don't play it that way in the TV series. They make it seem very loving and very affectionate, and not so like creepy.
It's kind of that way in the book too, dude. Their first sexual interaction in the book is way less grapey than it is in the show. So it's even weirder because it's in the show. It's just straight up grape. Their first sex act, you know, her and Khal Drogo.
Well, Call said no the whole time. Just to let you know.
Right, exactly. But in the show, it is a straight up graping, obviously, and then like within minutes, it does seem kind of like Stockholm syndrome because she like turns it around. But then again, like you say, there's this really like realistic, believable power play thing they have going on where they're like equals, and he's being, like submissive to her and all this stuff. So it's more believable. It's just a strange change to make to the show because it was like it's a risky thing to try to pull off, but they actually did it okay. The whole story arc is still shitty.
Yeah.
But I can't believe they'd make it more of a graping at the beginning than not. It's just odd to do.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yep, I totally agree because you're right and I'm wrong. I'm stupid. So, what would you actually do this? What Tyrion did? Piss off the wall like that?
I wouldn't stand that close, but yeah, I'd piss off the wall for sure. I wouldn't say
the gust we saw when Benjen and John were up there. It seemed pretty windy. I don't know if I'd risk pissing like that and then potentially slipping, like you said. You're that close to the wall, but also it just goes right on my legs. Now I have like frozen piss all over myself. Come on.
Yeah, you got piss leg. That's not good. Although, you know what I would? You know what I do now I think about it? If there's like a little hook or something, like a little like carabiner mountain climbing clip, right? I'd hook that onto my belt loop or my pants or whatever, and then I'd tie a rope to some really sturdy post, like maybe 10 feet back, and then I'd just let myself hang off of there and I'd piss. That's what I would do. But just free balling like this? No way. I'm not getting close to that. Absolutely not. No.
Yeah. Plus, imagine a micro in that weather. I basically
it's inverted.
I basically have a bussy. Yeah,
it's an innie. It's an innie now.
Yeah, it's just gonna make a mess. It's gonna spray everywhere. I'm gonna squirt basically.
Well, nothing new there.
Yeah, you have to just shake it like those legendary porn videos you send me all the time. Just making a mess for no apparent reason.
Nope, but it always works out.
Yeah. Got a couple super chats here.
All right. Should have kept Tyrion's crab fork scene from the book. Crab fork scene.
I'm trying to remember.
I know,
Sloppy Joe summarizes crab fork scene for us. I'm trying to remember the crab fork scene.
I know, because which I at least I think you may have been too, but I
reread them this year.
I have, but I didn't. Well, I'm trying to get through them or whatever again this year, but I skipped a Game of Thrones because I just figured like, oh, I know it so well. But now you're making me look like a fucking idiot, Sloppy Joes. You're making me look like a fucking idiot. Thanks a lot, dude. You're getting banned. 3, 2, 1, banned. Rest Sinful.
Nice.
Hey, let us know in the chat if you are familiar with Shoe
Nice.
Yeah. Wrath Sinful. Medieval pussy probably tastes like regret, fish, cheese, and cherries. Well, cherries. That's not too bad. Yeah. Rest in peace, Tyrion. Petty simp go down. Wait. Yeah. Pretty simp to go down at all, if I'm being honest. Poor Tywin.
True.
He wasn't going down to Tywin, but.
Yeah. Tywin would never go down either. No, never.
He might.
No. Headcanon.
Yeah. Okay. Cal Polly said we need Preston Jacobs to decide if the season 1 Danny arc is empowering or not. Yeah, dude.
Is it empowering to get graped into power? I don't know. Maybe. I guess.
Never happened to me. Wish it would.
Yeah, I know. I would like to be in or in a cool movie. Great me.
Tyrio Farrell, dude.
Dude, one of the worst characters in all of A Song of Ice and Fire. He's not even bald in this. Even in his bald form, and his actions aren't able to, get over the fact that he is basically a groomer to Arya. Not only is he trying to change her gender in this scene, where he's like, "You're a boy. He also then later, which we don't see in this scene, but he also is going to start trying to change her religions. Like, there's only one God. And he says, death not today, man.
There is only one God. Then he says, not today. Yeah. Thank you, Jamaican Serial Pharrell.
Cyril Farrell sucks, and I hate him. And anyone that likes Cyril Farrell should just leave and unsubscribe, please and thank you.
Right. You need to go. But see, I did though. I used to like Serial Pharrell until we kind of started. Well, first of all, until we read the books, because I watched this show not when it came out, but I probably watched this in 2012, whatever. And I liked him at first because kind of like everybody, you kind of fall for the good guy music and bad guy music thing upon first watch, and then when you start to read the books, especially, but watch the show more in depth, then you start to realize, wait a minute, this guy fucking sucks. And one of our earliest videos, is it still listed? Our Serial Pharrell video?
I don't know. We might have unlisted it. Just
we might have unlisted it, but one of our
we
used
clips in it too. It's like the format's all off.
Yeah, we did. We've tried a bunch of different formats, but I don't even know if any other video of different format is up anymore, except for the Danny like video essay thing. But anyway, we actually did a video on him and this is what like really put the finishing blow to me hating him. He could. I don't even know. Want to go into it, man. But there's a scene. Well, no, what?
Well,
I'm not.
no,
I'm not going to get
no,
into it. We'll
yeah.
go into it at the season finale.
Yeah, whenever it happens, we'll talk about it because it needs to be talked about. But he claims to be the first sword of Bravos, which is such a cringe thing. A title that the only reason why he got is because he was able to observe the fact that his the person basically examining him did not have a cat that was exotic. It was just a regular cat. He's not even like the best fighter. He's just very observant. He's a good
the
fighter.
first sword. The first sword. Don boy, get it right.
What'd I say?
What? You didn't say anything.
Okay, sorry.
I'm trying to do a Jamaican here. Play with my stick, boy. That's exactly what
there you go.
Sirio said, I believe. So
go ahead.
I was going to read the super chat. Feral Pete says, in defense of the Boltons win.
Oh,
yes. I don't really know if I actually don't know if they need a lot of defense, to be honest with you. Like we kind of know their gig. Like they're flayed men. It's like they flay people.
Yeah.
Like what do you expect from them, right?
Yeah, exactly. They wear their heart on their sleeves, or at least their agenda on their sleeves, right? And this episode didn't have a great cliffhanger. The last 2 episodes had good ones, right? Bran gets, pushed out and then he is brought back, or at least he's woken up, so he's not dead. This one probably has the weakest, I think, of all of them, at least for the first 3, but it's basically just Ned watching Arya play fight with Syrio, and he can hear like real battles in his head of like actual war, and he's like, oh no, there might be an actual war brewing. But it's not that big of a cliffhanger or a cool cliffhanger like we'll see later on. So I think this episode is the weakest of the 3, but it's still, I think, a really good episode.
I think so too. It was really good. It was surprisingly, well, no, it wasn't surprisingly. It was surprisingly boring to me because I was expecting it to be as surprisingly good as episode 2, but it turned out to be just about as good as episode 2, I think. So yeah, overall, it was a good episode. Although, see, this is the thing, man. As we rewatch this season, I think these first 4 seasons, I think we're gonna be hard pressed to find an episode that we think isn't good. Off the top of my head, I can't remember an episode that actually isn't good until you get to season 5, and then you start to get a couple boring ones. I guess overall that season's boring, and then obviously season 6 just goes totally off the rail.
Yeah. If anything, it might be some scenes, but I don't think it'll be complete episodes until later.
Exactly. A1 says he's Haitian, not Jamaican.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, if he saw that cat, he'd be like, "Is that dinner? Are we gonna be having that soon?" Or
that's how he got his reputation, man. I've never seen anybody eat a cat so fast, so willingly. Ras Sinful says Ned realizing he picked the wrong teacher for Arya. Yeah, exactly.
Fuck. Oh, this guy sucks.
He's so short.
Yeah, he is. He is a manlet too.
Not even bald.
Dude, how cool if it was a George Costanza's character, just a slow-witted, bald sword fighter. I'd love it.
I like the fake confidence too. He doesn't actually know how to fight at all, but he's like trying to put this facade like he's good at it. Or maybe he's just he's doing like the withholding sex from himself thing. He's doing the edging thing. Oh, dude, I didn't even thought about that, man.
I know.
It makes so much sense. It's a retention grind set he's on in that episode. No shit.
True. Yeah. It's,
wow.
No, November before it's time, right? With George.
Yeah, exactly.
But while we're leaving, everyone should be thinking to hold themselves there. Everyone should edge themselves between streams or our videos, right, Gator? No coming between now and then.
Yeah, no coming allowed. Always edge. Remember that, boys. If you ejaculate one more time between now, this week's stream, and next week's stream, if there's any ejaculations, we will know, and you will be banned. So just be aware.
Yeah, we really wanted to get through this. If you guys couldn't tell, for the last like half hour, like, dude, this is going way over time because we kind of were just set out 2 hours to do this. But it seems like if we just had a somewhat topic, we could just hop on here and hang out with the fellas in the chat,
But Jesus, I know it's like too much. We've been talking about the idea of making shorter videos potentially just to see if they get clicks, like a 10-minute video. What the hell are we going to talk about for only 10 minutes? We can't get through a point in like sometimes a point takes 15 minutes. Like, what are we going to do?
No idea.
We're not made for short form content. But anyway, okay, we got to get out of here.
On, real quick. Syrio is the Steven Seagal of Westeros.
Well, he's a,
yeah.
He doesn't dress like a communist. I don't know how you figure that. Well, listen, next stream, I'd like to see the reasoning for that. But okay, I'm going to play the same intro sitcom clip, and then we'll be out of here, huh?
Yeah, we're heading out. Hey, thank you for being here. Thank you for all the super chats. We really appreciate it. We're going to try to make it more involved with you guys. We like the little stinkers we have accumulated over the over the 1 year. We've actually been doing this for 1 year on this channel. It's surprisingly, it's been that long. But what was something I was gonna say real quick?
Come on,
Yeah,
dude.
we might start a council. I think it'd be
There
funny
we
to
go.
have it up.
I think we should. I
Council.
think
it'd be
we
so
should have
funny.
our small council. Yeah, it'd be
Um,
good. You guys can compete for spots.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but we'll eventually start hopefully getting more content out for you guys, either through Patreon. That way, it's won't get banned off of YouTube for all the stinker bingus like comments that we're gonna have for it. But hey, after we end this, please leave a comment. What do you want them to leave, Gator? What's in defense of some person? Do they insult us? What should they say in the?
Well, yeah, insulting us is always a good idea, but you should. You guys should defend. Well, I mean, whatever degenerate character you want to defend. You know what I mean? At least,
Yeah.
I should say alleged degenerate. We don't want to label anybody.
Correct. And also another thank you for Christian, who's always like a great super chatter here. A lot of great super chatters tonight. Wrath Sinful, Soppy Joe, David. There's Feral Pizzas.
Jamie.
Jamie, I know. And I was going to say Jamie with the recruiter for us, getting the city watch together, Night of the King's Guard, whatever. We'll eventually get you guys' titles ready. But hey, thanks for all being here, and see you next week.
Later.
He saw us. He saw us.
It's all right. I heard you the first time. The things I do for love.